allowed the two
It's okay. It's okay. Off your mind. It's okay. Off your mind.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us call them hate speech. But fear not, my ego don't come. Ingo torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh, yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego politico, yeah, yeah. My ego don't come, oh, yeah, yeah. This one not the off in mind, oh, yeah, yeah. My ego don't come, oh, yeah, yeah. Can in the touchlight every corner, oh, yeah, yeah. My ego don't come, oh, yeah, yeah. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle so they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Sure. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over Naira. See them talk say, make we off mind. But thank God say, my ego don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego the politico, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that my ego, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say my ego diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Poor man picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say, make we no talk. But thank God say, my ego don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My people make you shout, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego diary politics. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one.
Hello there.
Làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one.
Mayegun ti dé o, ọ̀rẹ́ ará yìí.
Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one.
Good afternoon to you, good evening to you, and good morning to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Mayegun Live.
Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Bó bá ṣe eré, àní Mayegun máa wí.
Thank you so much for joining me. Share this broadcast. Invite your friends. Invite your not so friendly friends and tell them that Mayegun today.
Godfather is in. Kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun. Mayegun diary. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o, kẹ́kọ̀rọ̀ lẹ́nu. Mayegun diary.
Let me give you this little start. In Nigeria today, as at this hour, there are 133 million Nigerians living in extreme poverty. Fact. In Nigeria of today, about 88 million of them are currently unemployed, something they put at 44% of the population. Fact. Also, today, as of today rather, 22 million school children who are supposed to be in school are currently out of school. That's another fact. And the last one, which is also a fact, is that by the time that Buhari will be off the scene, Nigeria will be in debt of 77 trillion naira. That is also a fact. Share this broadcast.
And yes, we like oh, Baba and yes, we like and yes, we like
something happened in Ojota today. I am going to share that with you as well. Excuse me. And also, the big elephant in the room is the less torchlight or beam light on Atiku. The report out there is that Atiku is also not different from Kolu. Is also suffering from this, God knows, old age medical problems that would have to be taken care of outside Nigeria as well. As if that is not enough. Somebody who claimed to be one of Atiku's aide have started opening the can of worms, including Atiku's recorded phone calls. I'm going to share that with you as well tonight, if you have the time. We shall also spend a time or a moment listening to the town hall conversation where Obi and his vice were actually, held in a town hall meeting, should I say, where real questions were asked and some answers were given too, something for the perspective, as well as what happened in Asaba, the same thing that happened in Warri, all in the political scene or at the political scene today shall be touched before we all call it a night. So share this broadcast, invite those you think should be here, and we're going to start in a moment. Thank you very much. So, ladies and gentlemen, something happened today in Lagos. And I choose to start from there because I would have dedicated a whole night treating this. And of course, I hope this will never happen again. It was bad enough that Yorubas in Yoruba land have been dragged into the basket of the Nigeria, what do you call it, a stereotyping political space today. Unfortunately, we are no longer allowed to even gather as Yorubas, expressing ourselves peacefully in any part of Yoruba land, as they are now turning us into endangered species for even professing that we are Yorubas who want to be on our own. Now, I am somebody who is always against every injustice, no matter who is the victim. You know what happened in Lagos today? There is this ongoing, Yoruba Nation rallies. Many of you have been seeing them, and then a majority of their outings have always been very peaceful. Even if you see those who actually feel irritated by them, there has never been any report of them causing any roadblock or causing any kind of a disruption into any public activity. There has never been any. Of course, the young people who are now out there, right, waving that flag, clamoring and asking for the Yoruba nation, at least for the world to know. They have now been, eventually categorized or probably like drafted into that bracket of the endangered people, which should be concerning. And then what happened today was that before December, we have been trying to explain to people, our people, that it is your legitimate right, even though the fraudulent constitution they have in Nigeria, which had nobody's consent from the word go, right, is not acknowledging that, but it is still your own, inalienable right to advocate for self-determination peacefully, of course. But protests, rallies, and then, including petitions, they are only meant for awareness and calling attention and the rest of that. None of this is ever going to give us a Yoruba nation. There is more, or there are more that should have been done even before now. So we're battling this issue of they are declaring or they are not declaring. It was a big thing. I did several series on that too. And the attempt then was to educate the mind of the people that, listen, you cannot in any way declare your own nation while those who are telling you that they are making those declarations are not even in Nigeria or in Yoruba land. So because of this, if you make such attempt, you are automatically giving Nigeria and their killer men called the security men, you are giving them the license to kill you. I said this, but many people, not many, a bit of some people actually they felt bad about it. They thought this was, all about competing who is this or that in all of this. But the fact is, those who claimed that they were going to lead them to declare Yoruba nation by December 31st, they have already riled the base of young people who are really, really committed, right? Loyal to this. But unfortunately, mostly misguided. So, last night, right, which should have been a week after the due date. So before now, they have been sending different threats to themselves, different groups, this, that, and all of that, behind the scene. But rallies are peaceful association are meant to be your right. But does Nigeria allow that? Of course not. But last night, there was this broadcast that was sent to people. And it was coming from a quarter, an unexpected one, but it did come out to ask people to come out today, okay, in Lagos. Gather together, show the world in your millions that we are done with Nigeria and we want our nation and all that. Listen to this voice. It's in Yoruba.
Yeah, baba mi, mama mi. Orúkọ mi ni Sunday Adéyẹmọ tí gbogbo yín mọ̀ sí Sunday Igboho. Mo kí ọmọdé, mo kí àgbà, mo kẹ́yìn brother, mo kẹ́yìn sister mi. Ọlọ́run ní jẹ́ kó bàjẹ́. Ọlọ́run bá tó láyé tọ́lọ́run yóò dáàbò gbogbo wa, yóò dẹ̀ gbé wa délẹ̀ lérí. Mo fẹ́ kí gbogbo wa kẹ́ jẹ́ kí a jáde ká túyàyà ní ọ̀la ọjọ́ Monday on the 9 January 2023. Mo fẹ́ kẹ́ jẹ́ ká jáde síta ní ìlú Èkó, ká jáde gidi gan. Ká túyàyà ká béèrè fún ẹ̀tọ́ wa lọ́wọ́ ìjọba Nàìjíríà, ká pariwo, ká sí protest yẹn, ká jáde tán bá ṣe ń ṣe tẹ́lẹ̀ tí gbogbo àgbáyé fi mọ nǹkan tí ń ṣẹlẹ̀, tí wọ́n fi mọ̀ pé àwọn kan bẹ tó ń jẹ Yorùbá tó ń fẹ́ kúrò lábẹ́ ìjọba Nàìjíríà. Ọlọ́run níjọ́ rẹ̀ wá o. Mo fẹ́ kẹ́ jẹ́ ká jáde bá ṣe ń jáde tẹ́lẹ̀ yẹn, kérò jáde tán ká pariwo. So eléyìí yóò jẹ́ kí gbogbo àgbáyé kan lè rí wa, kan lè mọ̀ pé yes, àwọn kan bẹ tó ń jẹ Yorùbá tí ìjọba Nàìjíríà ń fìyà jẹ, tí wọ́n láwọn ò fẹ́ bá ìjọba Nàìjíríà ṣe mọ́, wọn ò lè ràn wá lọ́wọ́. Ní nǹkan kan Ọlọ́run la ní, níbọn àládàá. So ariwo tá a bá ń pa yìí, mo mọ̀ pé Olúwa ó gbọ́ ariwo wa, yóò sì gbọ́ àròyé wa, yóò sì jẹ́ kí gbogbo àwọn àgbáyé kó lè ràn wá lọ́wọ́. Ọlọ́run ní jẹ́ kójú tì wá o. orúkọ mi ni Adéyẹmọ Sunday tí gbogbo yín mọ̀ sí Sunday Igboho. Mo rọ̀ yín ẹ dákun ẹni tí mo bá ṣẹ̀ tínú bá ń bí ẹ dáríjì mí ẹ má wo tèmi o tàwọn ọmọ wa tí ń bọ̀ tọjọ́ ọ̀la àwọn ọmọ wa tí ń bọ̀ lẹ́yìn òun ni kẹ́ wo ẹ má wo pé ọjọ́ orí mi kéré ẹ má wo pé ta leléyìí tó ń sọ̀rọ̀ yìí ẹ má fi gbogbo tẹ bá rí tẹ bá rò pé ń bí nínú sí mi ẹ foríjì mí ẹ ṣáà jẹ́ ká jáde ẹ má jẹ́ kó sú wa ẹ má jẹ́ kó jú tì wá ẹ má jẹ́ kí ọ̀tá ó yọ̀ wá ẹ dákun mo fọlọ́ ń bẹ̀ yín ẹ jẹ́ ká jáde bá a ṣe máa ń jáde ká jáde tán bàbá ṣe ń jáde láyọ̀ a máa wọlé láyọ̀ lágbára Ọlọ́run a máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ mo fẹ́ ká bẹ̀rẹ̀ báyìí títí tá a fi gbẹ̀tọ́ wa kò ní rẹ̀ wá bá a ṣe máa jáde every day nìyẹn níjoojúmọ́ la máa jáde báyẹn títí tá a fi gbẹ̀tọ́ wa táwọn àgbà yóò fi bá wa dá sí ojú òní tiwa ẹ ṣé mo dúpẹ́.
Olóyè Sunday Igboho sending his voice to all of the platforms that could use the voice, calling on everybody that from today, every day, they must be coming out peacefully. It didn't call for war, by the way, but coming out until the whole world will come and help Yorubas to gain independence. And when I raised that alarm of so many things that some of you, especially some of you back in Yoruba land, some of you watching me right now, I really do wish that there could be this real picture, not words, pictures, to show you what is going on behind the scene and how much of you they will need to validate what they actually intend to do, disruption, crisis, and here and there. Unfortunately, without any sort of a base or backing or preparation, people actually came out today in Ojota again, peacefully. No fight, no nothing, and all that. But remember, at this point, just before now, just like all of us have been following, they will declare Yoruba Nation by 31st. After that, they will take over the Third Mainland Bridge. They will take over the airport. They will take over the port. They will take over Herod. And there, these are the things that are being shared and told young people in different platforms, beyond just saying, we want Yoruba Nation, right? Well, people came out peacefully, and you can listen to their conversation. So,
close to yourself. A very good morning to every one of you, home and abroad. Gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá nílé lóko lẹ́yìn odi. Àṣẹ mega rally wa, mega super mega rally wa. Ó ní ẹ ti wò ní ìlú Èkó ní Ọjọ́ta. A dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run wípé adá ọjọ́ pé adá ọjọ́ náà dẹ̀ kò a ti wà nílùú Èkó sí. A dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run pé àwa béèrè fún ẹ̀tọ́ wa ni ẹ̀tọ́ wa la wá béèrè fún. Àwa àbátìjà wa ọmọlúwàbí ni wá à ń ṣe jàgídíjàgan. So a dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run wípé a mú ọjọ́ náà dẹ̀ kò. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà nílé lóko tẹ́ wà ní ojú ọ̀nà ẹ darapọ̀ mọ́ wa ní Ọjọ́ta. A wà ní Ọjọ́ta, ẹ darapọ̀ mọ́ wa. Ọmọ Yorùbá ni wá, ẹ̀tọ́ wa la wá béèrè fún. Òmìnira àkókò dẹ̀ ti wá tó láti pé ká jáde kúrò nínú Nàìjíríà. Ká jáde kúrò nínú Nàìjíríà, ẹ̀tọ́ wa la wá béèrè fún. Ẹ̀tọ́ wa la wá béèrè fún o. A dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run pé a wà àti péjúpéjọ síbí. Ẹ tẹ́ wà lójú ọ̀nà, ẹ darapọ̀ mọ́ wa. We are asking for self-determination. À ń ṣe àdàlúrú, a kì í ṣe apààyàn. Ẹ̀tọ́ wa la wá béèrè fún. Àwa béèrè fún ẹ̀tọ́ wa ní àkókò dẹ̀ tí wá tó kí ìjọba Nàìjíríà kọ́ fún Yorùbá ní òmìnira àkókò ti tó láti pé kọ́ fún wa ní òmìnira tó bá fún wa ní òmìnira àwa ò ní wọlé ẹ máa rí wa ní gbogbo state.
Which is normal, peaceful. You know what I mean? People can stage what is called sit out. I'll give you an example. Here in Glasgow, when you go to some of our major hospitals, right? Outside the hospitals, you will see people in the cold, freezing cold. When it is raining, they will sit just opposite the hospital, protesting against abortion or something else in the health sector. But Nigeria is hostile to us, and we know. And even those who are supposed to keep us safe, protected, they are ready to sacrifice us or feed us to the wolves. So therefore, the fight should become not physical, but mostly mental. Ìyẹn ni Yorùbá ń pè ní ọgbọ́n ojú agbára lọ. They are waiting for a moment that they will start killing us. I've said this many times. They are waiting for a moment that they will have an excuse to start killing Yorubas for standing up or asking peacefully for self-determination. So when a strategy that could eventually, right, snowball into a serious violence, which is exactly where it's going to get to eventually. This is 2023, Abi. It is what it's going to lead to, right? When you continue to make yourself the what do you call it? The prey of the predators, putting the mark behind your back without any solid base of pushing back, it is called counterproductive. As usual, the bloody criminal Nigeria police, they felt offended by that gathering. And guess what? They started shooting them. There was no fight, there was no complaint of them disrupting traffic or anything. They were gathering on the side, and the police started shooting them from far.
If you pass, so nobody, if you pass, everywhere just stand still. You know, if you go Ojota is bloody like this. OPC versus policeman, who go win this battle? Now today, I know say film where they do now real thing. You know that they shoot person, gun no penetrate, you know enter, and they carry knife. They shoot police. As police they shoot them, close contact, gun no penetrate you. Just do. Like seriously. You know, if you go Ojota now, yeah, I really show.
That was somebody witnessing from far, a distance. But there was somebody who was like, kind of a little bit closer, who shot this one.
This is a video of Ikorodu Road. This is Ojota, as you can see. I'm in Ojota bus stop. There is a standstill of every vehicle. They say a lot of boys are fighting for Yoruba nation. The whole road is blocked. Everywhere is blocked. They are burning a lot of cars. They say they are burning a lot of cars coming from Ikorodu Road. In fact, a lot of RRS are using leg to move towards.
Now, that is another one, right? But here is the real one for somebody who was part of the Yorubas, young Yorubas who gathered at Ojota today and got attacked by the Nigerian police, and 2 people got killed. Please, viewer discretion is advised for this clip, okay? Which could be a little bit distressful for some people. I'll do my best to quickly cut off anywhere that I believe is more distressful somehow. But the moment the shooting really got intensified, at that point, bullets started flying and bodies started falling. This guy captured that in that moment.
ojú ajá ń ṣẹ̀jẹ̀ o Saoty Igboho ló sọ wọ́n ti pa àwọn èèyàn wọ́n ti pa méjì inú àwọn èèyàn mi o wọ́n ti pa àwọn èèyàn wa ẹ ṣáà ti rí wọ́n ti pa méjì inú àwọn èèyàn wa o ṣé ti rí òun lélẹ́yìí o wọ́n ti pa àwọn èèyàn wa o straight bullet ẹ ojú ìmọ̀ye pọ́n ọlọ́run ló pa wá straight bullet náà yín o wọ́n ti pa àwọn èèyàn wa o ẹ ṣáà ti rí ẹ ti rí mọ́tò yà máa sún ni òun láti ń sún yẹn ẹ ti rí wọ́n ti pa àwọn èèyàn wa o wọ́n ti pa àwọn èèyàn wa o ìkọ́lé eléyìí o ìkọ́lé eléyìí wọ́n ti pé eléyìí o ṣẹ́ni wọ́n ti pa àwọn location fún wọn náà wọ́n ti pa o ogun ti dé o ogun ti dé lẹ́yìn Yorùbá kẹ́ máa gbọ́ o ogun ti dé o wọ́n ti pa àwọn èèyàn wa Lagos State o Ìgbòho ṣà ṣóńgbó àròlé àbá tẹ́ntẹ́l Bánjí Akíntóyè ẹ̀yin lè wọ́n ti pa àwọn èèyàn wa o wọ́n ti pa àwọn èèyàn wa o wọ́n ti pa àwọn èèyàn wa o gbogbo abẹ́sílẹ̀ lọ sí ibà wọ́n la máa ṣẹlẹ̀ wọ́n ti pa àwọn èèyàn wa o ṣẹ́tìrì wọ́n la máa ṣẹlẹ̀ wọ́n ti pa àwọn èèyàn wa o station yà máa sùn àtàkì wo a máa sùn station táwa yìí a máa sùn wọ́n ti pa àwọn èèyàn wa.
So they shot at them. I mean, peaceful people, peaceful gathering. Eh? And the police went there with live ammunitions, live bullets. What was their intention? To kill them. And that's exactly what they did. And in that rage, in that anger, the young people reacted. So it became more bloody. That, well, the burning was also real. The arson, the anarchy, which lasted few hours. So this happened. And this.
Go. Shit. Oh boy.
So at the end of the day, what will happen is that the young people in Yoruba land, they are going to be pushed as well, okay? Because this is exactly what they want done. And this is what we are saying, that, you know, if we have any fight in us, it will start with those that are holding us for Nigeria. Lagos State is Yoruba land. So are many other states in Yoruba land as well, where all of them are hostile to the young people and the old people as well, the Yorubas, home and abroad, asking that the Yorubas part of Nigeria of today would need to be renegotiated as Yorubas want to leave. Now, this has become something that those who are more hostile to us, those who are supposed to keep us safe, in Yoruba land, those people were not gathering somewhere in Kaduna. They are not gathering somewhere in Owerri. They gathered in Lagos, but they are endangered. So if people say, oh, we need to continue to go out there and do all of this, what they are not telling you is that it is just a certain stage for what is still to come. Many of you are going to be radicalized this way. You're going to lose your friends. They're going to jail some of you. And at the end of the day, you realize that those who are nudging you on, they actually have no resources to really back you up. They are actually going to milk it, build on the misery that they will lead you into. That's what I was saying the other time. I believe that it's actually out of hand already. Yeah, it's already out of hand. When people get killed for what they believe in, it becomes something else. That those who even bring the idea, they are likely not going to be able to control the spillover of what is still about to come. We'll continue to do our best to enlighten the young people and tell you that to get your own country, okay? The first thing comes from controlling that your country, okay? Those who have the interest of Yoruba at heart, the real people who want to claim Yoruba and they want to get us out of this mess, right? They must first start, right, from dismantling the Nigeria agents who are also Yorubas. Your governors are Yorubas. Your your assembly and the rest of them are Yorubas. Your senators are Yorubas. The rest of the elite who are actually pro-Nigeria, they are Yorubas. The moment you neutralize them, right, even Nigeria will take us serious. And that is why we are saying that if a strategy that will set us up into a sort of a radicalization, which indeed is just going to contribute to more, further contribute to the worsening situation that our people are already in, something that a lot of people would have to speak out. Did you hear the young man there saying, Loye Sunday Igboho, Baba Akintoye, Baba 1010, this or that, you are the one who sent us out, or they are killing us now. These people have nothing to do. They can't save you. They can't protect you. None of them can. If you actually can think very well, because there is no resources, there is no real base to keep you away or save you from any harm's way. And I wish that this will never happen again. I really do wish and hope. So my condolences to the families of those who are going to be grieving right now. We have heard that 4 people have also been arrested by this murderous Nigerian police. They have been taken away, and we hope that Ilano Odua and the rest of all their leaders, they will actually work on getting them out as soon as possible. Because, listen, if anybody is going to send you out to go and fight for something, they must be able either to lead you or have something that keeps you away from harm's way. In my view, that is what is called a leadership. Okay? It is not do as I say. It is do as I do. That's what I call leadership. Now, let's go on now a moment, to Atiku scandal. Listen to this guy, which is the writer of this chart. The guy who said he's a former aide to Atiku, the scandal.
My name is Michael Atimugu, former media aide and facilitator to Alhaji Atiku Abubakar. I'm here to issue a very firm note of warning to his spokespersons and aides. I was there before some of you, and I'm more competent and meticulous than the most of you. This series is a battle for the redemption of the soul of Nigeria. It's nothing personal. And this is why, out of respect for the cordial relationship I used to have with His Excellency, I am holding and will continue to hold back evidences that are capable of tearing the very fabric of this nation. Things that the Waziri himself has said, plans that he has had that will be detrimental to the well-being of Nigerians. I'll hold back most of those things and only speak to Nigerians about the things that can guide them, help them understand why they should not vote for Atiku for president of Nigeria. If any one of you, however, comes at me, defames my character, then there will be the greatest unleashing of evidence Nigeria has ever witnessed since 1960. Of course, I know that attempts will be made on my life. You can kill me. It's all good. But Nigeria is more important than one person, than this individual. And this is why my lawyers have been well briefed. In the event of my death, if anything touches a strand of hair on my body, then my lawyers will unleash everything in my arsenal. Do not aggravate issues for Atiku by aggravating me. I have thought about this long and hard before I decided to speak up. I've been silent for a long time, but I have children. All of my viewers have children. You have families that will be affected if you make the wrong choice in 2023. In all good conscience, I will not sit back and let this happen without speaking about what I know. I will once again say to Nigerians that as you watch and listen to the sequels to this first episode, make decisions that will be good for you, your family, and the future of this country. Alhaji Atiku Abubakar is not that person to vote for. And I say this because I know it. Thank you.
All right. That young man, well, released a statement which you just listened to, but it didn't stop there. Okay, nothing really that he says that is in any way new, but it seems that being an in-house person, and what he is privy to, which I believe is actually so little to what Atiku is really involved in, then this is valid. Okay. Currently, Atiku is in London, where, according to him, is it is the UK government that invited him to come for God knows what. And then others says that Atiku, who has been in Dubai since December, is not also medically okay. He is in London for medical treatment before coming back for the last lap of his political campaign in Nigeria. So this young man who said he worked for Atiku didn't just say what he had to say. He actually released what is meant to be Atiku's phone conversation. I mean, listen to this.
On the 13th of June 2018, there were serious corruption allegations flying all over social media about 100 million naira bribe that had been given to Atiku Abubakar by the then Plateau State Governor Joshua Dare. By the direct personal admission of the governor, he had given 100 million naira to Atiku. For this reason, the governor was found guilty and was sentenced to jail time. I needed to know what the truth about the allegation was before proceeding to plan a defense strategy. And so I reached out to my then principal, Atiku Abubakar, via email, asking him, the details of the issue and how to proceed. And so he had told me that, in his reply, that that money had been paid into an SPV. I didn't know what an SPV was, so I asked him. And so he gave a brief description, but since it was obvious I wasn't quite, I didn't have clarity, he put a call through to me on that same day. On my blog, you'd find the phone number that he had used to call me on that day, and the number I was also using by which I had received that call that day. And in his call, in our conversation, he admitted to having advised his then boss, President Olusegun Obasanjo, against what he called open corruption, stating that he practiced corruption by stealth or corruption by SPV, if you will. Went on to explain in further strategy meetings that through those SPVs he, Atiku Abubakar, had set up. Don't forget that he was in charge of the economy, and every monetary transactions had to pass through him, and they had used those SPVs, to fleece Nigerians, using those monies for private businesses, to settle their friends and political issues as well. That particular conversation gave me a little insight into the truth about my boss, my then boss, and all of the corruption allegations against him. It also opened my mind to the knowledge that the reason he's always been confident in defending himself, in allegations of SPV by telling Nigerians, show me evidence if you have any against me, is because SPVs, these companies he had set up by himself, had placeholder directors. So nothing could ever be traced back to him directly. That's why Atiku is always confident about corruption allegations. But it also forced me to begin to investigate deeper, the man that I was serving at the time. Listen to the conversation between me and him.
Sir.
Yeah, Mike.
Yes, sir.
How can you ask me what is SPV?
I don't know what SPV is, and I need to be sure before I start arguing with these people.
SPV is a special purpose vehicle. In other words, is a company they incorporate to carry out certain, activities.
Okay, sir.
You see, what happened was when we came into, the office, and I advised the president against, open corruption.
Yes, sir.
I told him, I said, give me 3 people you trust.
Yes, sir.
And I will prepare 3 companies for which they will be the subscribers, or rather the directors.
Okay, sir.
So that, if there is any contract that we give, they will act like consultants,
yes.
And then they are giving a fee.
Yes,
and
sir.
that fee is what we now use, to fund the party instead of, engaging open. So he gave me the names of Fashawe, Andy Uba, and the late, this guy, from Borno State, who died in that plane crash. Trying to, 3 of them.
Okay, sir.
So I now incorporated companies and I put them as subscribers.
Yes, sir.
And one of the companies was Marine Floats.
Yes, sir.
So when this governor sent a donation to the party, now he sent it to Marine Floats. So it was paid into Marine Float.
Yes, sir.
And one of the subscribers of Marine Float was Otumba Fashe. That account was very, very well investigated by EFCC to see whether, there was any vision. They found out that there was nothing.
Yes, sir.
So that was where the 100 million went to. It did not go to Atiku Abubakar. It went to Marine Float. And Marine Float was an SPV, special purpose vehicle, created, as a consulting company. So
okay, sir.
That was the way I handle it.
Okay, sir.
Yes. So that was what I was briefly tried to explain to you. No money was given to Atiku Abubakar.
It's okay. These people, as the time draws closer, they keep coming up with a lot of issues, and one needs to be able to have a few facts to be countering them immediately. Yes, sir. No problem, sir. I will tackle him later tonight.
They should go and check. The money was not paid to Atiku Abubakar. The money was paid to a company called Marine Float.
Marine Float, yes, sir.
Yes, which and Marine Float was one of those 3 companies,
Yes, sir.
So,
he did state categorically that you own Marine Float.
There is no way I can own Marine Float. Let them go and check the certificate of incorporation or articles of association to find out whether I own Marine Float.
Okay, sir. That's all. That's all. No problem, sir. Thank you so much, Daddy. I really appreciate it.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Bye.
Atiku Abubakar. And I think that's one of the reasons why Obasanjo just said if he should have supported Atiku in 2007, knowing what he knew about Atiku, honestly, God, even his own conscience will not blah, blah, blah forgive him. Atiku was a very, very good crook. But did you notice something? That this guy was Atiku's aide. And somehow, he chose to record Atiku's voice. And God knows how many of these criminals, right, who have their supposed vuvuzelas lying to you every day about how good their intentions are for you. Okay? So somebody said, wow, you recorded his voice. For what? How many did you record? He said, I have a lot. A lot. Confession to corruption, that all this while, people around Atiku have been going to jail. Some of them have been making deals in Nigeria, outside Nigeria. And all of this while, Atiku is still, always loaded with billions and billions to run for president every 4 years since 2007. But he loves you. He loves Nigeria. He wants to unite Nigeria. He wants to recover Nigeria, blah, 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 blah. And there are young people, old men and women that believe them. They sold everything truly. But it seems that the deal is off. For those who are doubting, the guy actually, according to this letter, he indeed worked for Atiku. Sure you get. So he was appointed officially to work for Atiku. That's his name, Michael Achimogu. So, and he said, if anything happened to him, if they kill him, his lawyers will release more information. You know what I mean? To stop Atiku from being your president. But somebody passed the message to Dino Keneri Melaye. That's Keneri Dino. And his own response is just, as usual, a jester.
Which kind media aid? Media aid for where? Media aid. Where is appointment letter? Let him tell us one publication that he made on behalf of Atiku Abubakar. I beg, I know they talk to all these small 419 Yahoo boys where they look for something. And you know, he's looking for attention, collected small money from body loan. One country they stop us. My friend, get out of this place, Ari. Let me talk on serious matter. Rubbish.
That is a Canary Dino. That's he was out there, it's just this one night looking for something. Where is his appointment letter? Where is his publication for Atiku? Well, I think this is his appointment letter once again, right? Except if it is fake. So this is his appointment letter, as well as any other one. Yeah, another one here, which is signed by Atiku's son, Mohammed Abubakar. And I think it was the same Muhammad that signed this too. Oh, no, sorry, somebody else. Dokwesi. So a lot is going on around Atiku right now. As Atiku was on his way to London, Dokwesi, Raymond Dokwesi, the dark communication, Ray Power, dark communication, AIT. Dokwesi was on his way to London. From the eyewitness, so they said, immediately the plane was over London. To land in London, the pilot said, ladies and gentlemen, passengers, we want you to remain in your seats because there's going to be a police operation on this aircraft. So we want you to remain in your seats, and the police are going to come on board in a moment until they are done. For waiting now, so police entered the plane. And they started asking for who is Raymond Dokwesi. Raymond Dokwesi, seat number 23. Raymond Dokwesi, seat number 28. And so they carried Dokwesi in handcuff, everything, drag him out of the plane. Waiting they happen now. Somebody came out. They decided to say, if you have been looking for, on this same Atiku, a lot of people have gone to jail. No joke. For America, Jefferson is in jail. Jennifer, Atiku's wife in America, was in jail. Is she still in jail? I should have done my homework. But anyway, $42 million of Atiku's money was being ferried away by Jennifer, Atiku Abubakar. So, Atiku, they said, is not feeling well. On his way to London from Dubai, and he probably was to meet all his crew. Unfortunately, he won't be meeting them all at once. Ekwere Madu is still in London. Some people have started joking. Maybe Dokwesi and Ekwere Madu will meet. I said, Papa, calm down. Dokwesi own, if it has to do with money. Ekwere Madu own is fatherly love and Nigeria corruption. You know what I mean? That they could do whatever they want that has kept him in jail. Ekwere Madu don't take for that place now for like about 7 months or 8 months now. So people are now joking. Maybe Dokwesi and Ekwere Madu, they will be reading the result of the 2023 election. They will be reading that on their phones in prison. I don't know about that. Okay. However, Atiku says he is not sick. In fact, I think I had a clip where Kennedy Dino was to show you that look at the man where they talk say sicko, but guess what? Just like Kolu, I feel like when they want to shoot Atiku's video up close, they always shoot about 10 seconds, 5 seconds, 15 seconds, or 20 seconds. But you can even tell in it and say this one is older than Kolu, but they want to prove to you that he's not sick. Kennedy Dino, what do you think?
Yes. That's my daddy, the next president.
I am in between these two.
He's moving.
Why are they calling them? Why are they all calling them our daddy? Daddy. You know, I mean, our daddy, you know what I mean? It reeks of hypocrisy. You know, the usual, the typical Nigerians putting up a face, a facade, show off, just making up appearances. But did you see that? They are always like keeping the camera away. Show us everything. We are in digital age today. Somebody said he can't wait for Wike's episode. Mr. Taiwo Oladele, even with a Wike right now, it seemed that everybody is being cautious. It was in Ibadan. And they couldn't tell them that, listen, don't vote for Atiku. We are going to tell you who to vote for. But they said, that one. As it is, we are all waiting. The drama is still ahead anyway. But talking about 2023, Kolu and Buhari, they were both out today in Yola, Atiku's state, where reluctant Buhari was there. And apart from, people actually say he was reluctantly, adopting Tinubu instead of him to now say, vote for APC from top to bottom. From top to bottom. He didn't do that. Let me take you to Yola. What happened in Yola today? I think it was, I don't know, it doesn't matter. Somebody arrived first in Yola. But this is Buhari's arrival. So that was Buhari arriving. Then Kolu also arrived. Let me see if I still have that clip of Kolu's arrival in Yola. So it was like the arrival of the who is who. Buhari is in town. Sai barbarians are always going to be out. And according to Pastor Adeboye, you gather. Or I pay, you gather. Another person come, he pay, you gather. I think for the first time, they felt like they wish, Buhari has been following them everywhere, the same way he promised. But he didn't. But anyway, Kolu's arrival. So that means you can see all the private jets, governors, business one, all of that. So eventually they had to take a convoy into town of Yola.
Dogo na shatu ba a maka wargi. Wani zai ce shi ke za a jira shi haka ne a Buhari ba Buhari ya wuce kai da sarki zai ya same su wannan ba duka za su je fadan sarki Garega.
Anyway, it's just convoy of cars, okay? Them going. And then at the venue, I mean, as usual, rowdy noise and all of that. I mean,
today, it is the day of Asaba. We are proving out in Yola. We are saying it's not men only. We have the people women. First, you say the poor.
You see the part where some people are like facing the other side and all of that, but it was just what it was. And there are more. Look at this one.
Our presidential candidate is also a former governor. I don't want courage to fail me, otherwise I would have gone all the way to the top. But I will stop here. Yes, I would have gone all the way to the top. In fact, our national chairman is a former governor, but I will stop there. Baba me Mongoro. Hey. Yau mun kira kowa. Ga baba mai mangoro sai albarkaci taro kafin yi magana.
Baba, oyoyo, baba, oyoyo, baba, baba. Gaisuwa. Allah cika mana burin mu na alheri. Allah sa abin da muka kawo mu zama mun samu nasara a kai. Mu dai alamomi ne kawo mana.
I mean, it's always like prayer and shouting and bala bulu bulu bala bala nonsense. People get paid and they leave. That's the deal, okay? And that's how these clowns, they just show up. Display, turn around, shout Baba, oyoyo, say Baba, oyoyo, say Buhari, say Tinubu, say this or that, and that's it. Everybody disperse and go your way. Go and face your poverty. Something like this. Abike doing what do you call it? Abike overdue. Hi. At least if Kolu become president, Abike will no longer be chased out of uncompleted building in Abuja, where she is managing to act as somebody who has an office. By pandemic, it's a pandemic. You know that story? That Abike started crying everywhere on social media. It's a pandemic, just belittled. Come on, my friend, get out of here. But once Kolu become president, Abike is likely going to become a minister too. So you see the likes of it's a pandemic and the rest. Abike will then show them and show what the true bigotry, what in true bigotry mean. They go learn them. So the mama did overdo. Also hard, also tough. But let me tell you something. After the whole fanfare and the rest, this also happened. And you'll be wondering, how? Why? I mean, look at those people. It was a very successful This happened immediately. APC, Egbekegbe left.
Nigeria said that.
Unfortunately, those guys may be part of those who collected money. That's why I said, that's why when Baba Kintoye, Baba Adeboye said, Pastor Adeboye said, it is actually a job for so many young people right now. When it's, when it comes to political rallies here and there, that is some people's survivor money this time that they are facing hell in Nigeria. Those guys may be part of those who collected money. But the job is done. They are gonna be, hey, Dangaba, June Gaba, Dambaba, Damboroba, June Gaba, or whatever. That was what happened in Adamawa. On to the next one. But before we get to what happened in Asaba, where the obedient, as usual, they are what? They are showing off. They continue to remind us that it is not just social media. This is not just social media. This is not just about us not getting PVC and all of that stuff. They are more serious, they say. But the man that they are rooting for was on the hot seats, captured, or the channel's television's town hall meeting, where Obi and his own vice were on the hot seat, answering questions, both physically, those who are there, and online. And I think he did the same thing today, this morning, at Brekete family, before he flew to Delta State, Asaba. I'll tell you the story of Delta State, Asaba, about the obedient before we wrap it up tonight. However, he was on the hot seat and they were asking him questions. Before I get to that, remember that guy that said that, Atiku's aide, former aide, that is bringing out this scandal, right? And, Keneri Melaye said, is just a 419, blah, 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 blah. Well, the guy has responded and he's promised that, don't worry, I get a lot. So it may just be like, he said, this is part one. So he responded to Dino just before we go to Channels Television, where Obi and Datti were answering questions on some major things. And you can have that time and watch if you like. And then there's actually a part where Datti cried. You know why? He said, simply because he's running to be a vice president of Nigeria, that the level of attack that he has received, including the attack and abuses on his own father, who died 30-something years ago. We'll get to that part anyway. The guy said, Dino, I wasn't talking to you.
So, Dino Melaye, the eternal clown, a child in an adult body, the court jester of the Atiku dynasty, is a person being sent to malign me. You know, so of course, opportunity for drama, wear your Christmas suit, sit in a vehicle, you know, and then try to make light of serious issues. So, it's okay. But when I issued the warning yesterday, it wasn't for effect's sake. I meant what I said. Some comments regardless. I meant everything I said. And because of you who has refused to heed that warning, Dino Melaye, I am going to tomorrow release my affidavit so that my lawyers and the general public can use it for legal purposes. And I had initially intended, having listened to a few elders yesterday, to stop at episode 1. But because of you, what you have done, there will be episode 2, there will be episode 3, there will be episode 4, and a whole lot more coming ahead. As for your uninformed challenge to me to provide some letter of appointment, well, there's some up there for you to read. Based on my already existing personal and professional relationship with AA, these appointments were made proper. You can see the one signed by High Chief Dopesi. You can see the one by Atiku's son. When it comes to articles, nobody in this world wrote a higher number of articles about your principal than I did. Nobody comes close even. So I don't even need to answer that. You don't even know me. And so you come out based on some, and then call me a Yahoo boy, which is okay. Everybody gets called. Nobody in Nigeria has gotten called a 4-star more than your principal. More than your principal. So yeah, from tomorrow, Dino Melaye, because of you, this just got worse.
Voila. Is it Voila just start to. So everybody stay tuned. Oh, and me, your diary, the Geo here. I will keep the track and keep the record. Let's go to the channel's television organized town hall meeting where Obi and Datti were on seats. This should excite the obedient, shouldn't it? And at the same time give you a perspective of the man that is now their leading presidential candidate in Nigeria. It seems to be overhyped, Abi. Maybe you can see why here, in my view, for perspective.
Question has to do with the issue of removal of fuel subsidy. Considering that this current administration has said that by June 2023, the subsidy will be removed, is it going to be your priority in your first 100 days in office? How sustainable is subsidy to the Nigerian economy? Thank you.
Thank you, Gloria.
Well, they have removed it. That's what they've done. But I can assure you, it will go immediately. Subsidy, I've said it before, is organized crime. And I cannot allow it to stay a day longer. What they're telling you is not what it is. Half of the subsidy that's been, what has been mentioned is not subsidy. First is that we consume the quantity that is not supposed to be consumed here. We are the same population with Pakistan. They consume below 50% of what we consume. So first, the first half, I will remove it and give those people who are drinking it water, because that's what they're supposed to drink, so we can save the money. 2, we will deal with the other remaining issue. We need the money today with our debts. We need the money to be able to invest in a critical social development issues. Look at this year's budget. This year's budget, education, which is the highest since this government came, is about 2 trillion. Health, which is the highest since this government came, is about 1.5 trillion. Then infrastructure, which is road and everything, is about 1 trillion. So these 3 critical development areas is receiving 4.5 trillion. Subsidies 3.6 trillion.
Six.
No, half year.
Okay.
Half year 3.6. So every full year is about 7 trillion. Which country will invest more in subsidy than education and health and even roads? It doesn't make sense. This is the annual budget of education is 2 trillion. Annual budget of health is 1.5. Road infrastructure 1, and subsidy half year is 3.6. It will go immediately.
All right. Maybe this question, the Vice Presidential Candidate will tackle it. Latasha Ngube is on the microphone. Latasha, hi.
Good evening, Your Excellency, Mr. Obi, Mr. Datti. It's a pleasure to be here. I'm a lifestyle entertainment, human interest writer and editor, as well as a socio-political analyst. Aside from my ever-growing concerns about the redistribution of wealth amongst the youths, job security, home ownership, and so on, I would like to focus on the one area Nigerian youths have distinguished themselves and promoted the country in spite of its many setbacks. The entertainment industry has grown in leaps and bounds, with many international players moving in to cash in on our talent and creating millions of dollars and taking it away. What plans do you have when you're elected, or if you are elected, to scale the industry, create structure, and bring in everything we can and build Nigerian youths? Thank you.
Thank you so much. That's a very double barrier in every sense. Youth-oriented and the economy also.
Before I answer, let me once again appreciate the contribution of Nigerian youth in bringing Nigeria out to the world and actually adding so much value to our GDP. You see, the bedrock, education. If we raise the value, the quality of education that we give out, it will from inside the industry improve their work ethics and deliverables. The second thing is from the side of the economy. We have been speaking about boosting the disposable income of Nigerian families so that there's a little more room to consume on entertainment. I mean to spend on entertainment. And that is a huge boost that we can give to the industry. The rest are all tied to what Mr. President in waiting and what we've been discussing here. Power, security, an economy with all requisite infrastructure. Then, of course, by the time we're able to pass that message out that security in Nigeria has drastically improved, we will move a step forward to link Nigerian movie industry, Nollywood, with international movie centers. And by the way, it has pained us a lot during this World Cup season to sit and watch without Nigeria. When African Cup comes up next, like I said I would do with ASU, I will again plead with Mr. President to whoever is in charge of sports and youth development, ensure that all is done. We move mountains to bring African Cup to Nigeria. There is no way World Cup will be played without Nigeria. Nigeria has passed that. It will never happen again by the grace of God. This is entertainment. Sports is entertainment. And Nigerians, and then we're going to proliferate sports, its infrastructure, and the reward coming to the participants. Never will the salaries or allowances of Nigerian players be delayed by 1 hour. We will be there to ensure they are compensated and compensated over their own compensation. Link them with industries and companies. Raise their profile internationally. These are part of what we'll do. Okay. Please, if I can just revisit the last question. There is a variety of ways that Nigeria is being shortchanged from what Mr. President has called, the scam is a crime. Time will permit me to mention only two. You see, when there is a Ponzi scam like the subsidy, a very, very small group of super rich who do not consume Nigeria, they don't consume Nigerian food or anything that adds value or brings the money back. They exchange the money. By exchanging that money, they are depressing the Naira, which is a loss. And I have argued that any further depreciation in Naira is a direct assault to our national security. Then it is depriving a key area like security. Just imagine injecting, for example, 6.3 trillion on security and not on a scam called subsidy. Just imagine what it will do. And whenever you speak about amounts, look at, for example, if you say 5 trillion is going to be spent under a system like ours, look at 5 trillion to be between 30 to 40 trillion. Because right now the 5 trillion spent is giving you only 15 to 20% at best of the value of services and products and works that you're getting. Once, like I said again, group, personal and political interests are removed, without increasing any amount, you have increased the value of what you are getting. So when you speak about 5 trillion now, you're speaking about 30 to 40 trillion during our own time.
All right. Let's wrap up quickly in just about 60 seconds on the economy, because
I know. Sounded like giving the politician the chance to lie to you. Abi? Well, we've been listening to a lot of them lately, haven't we? And you can smell it from far, but obedient will disagree with you. They believe every word he said. In fact, here is another interesting one, okay? You remember calling Obi stingy, that Atiku will sell your inheritance, sell Nigeria. Obi will make you suffer, go hungry, because he is a stingy person that will be saving money when you are going hungry. They actually asked him that question there. They said, you are stingy. What would he say? I think the highlight of what he said was that saving money in Nigeria, is saving money now a sin or a crime? Because this is what is getting back from the record that he saved money. You know what I mean? Listen to him.
Mr. Obi, which we're getting people would like you to comment on. One of your opponents has described you as a stingy man in one of the campaigns, and that you might find it difficult to get things done with that kind of character. How would you respond to that kind of statement?
Well, very simple is that as governor of Anambra State, between the year 2000 and year 2015, the only measure of development that is known globally is Millennium Development Goals. This is the standard benchmark. If you check, when I became governor in 2006, we started implementing it in 2008. So we are late by 7 years. By the time Nigeria is stopped in 2015, Anambra was #1. And that includes, I was #1 in education. This is by UNDP, not by Nigeria. By UNDP, I was #1 in education. By Nigeria and WAEC, I was #1. I won Bill Gates Prize in health. This is again not Nigeria that marked it. So I can go on. I had the best road network. In terms of fighting poverty, go and check, ask Evelyn Oputu. I was the first governor to go to Bank of Industry and say, I want us to do something. I want to put in money here and you support my micro, small businesses, which is what the governors are seeing today. I and Evelyn Oputu started that. Then, go and ask Magnus Sparko, who was in charge of poverty alleviation. I was number one. I'm calling names of people. I can go on and on. But let me tell you about, about that issue. It's good that when my opponents talk, let us talk about corruption. Thank you. One of the things that is killing this country today is corruption perception index. And that is measured on how you manage public assets, nepotism, how you share the land, how you manage your money and everything. And I've challenged everyone and just said, go and see whether there's anywhere a kobo of Anambra State money is missing. Saving have now become an issue. When people have stolen all the money and impoverished the country, and you are now questioning a man who's left the money without anybody telling me to leave it and go.
Mr. Obi, we'll take that as your closing moment because we're totally out of time. But on behalf of China Salvation Partners, the Situation Room, these are charter of demands, one for you and one.
Do you get that? No, listen, let me say something quickly, by the way. To some of you obedient, currently on Mayegun's Diary Politico. You know Mayegun's Diary Politico is a Yoruba man's platform. I'm a Yoruba man, right? And at the same time, Mayegun's Diary Politico is a place that a majority of the hardcore viewers of Mayegun's Diary Politico don't believe in Nigeria anymore, including myself. And you need to respect that. So when you see people watching Obi talk and they categorize him with other Nigerian politicians and the rest, don't come here and start throwing tribal nonsense. It won't work here. It will only hand you one thing, a complete ban, which is something I actually do well when I see bigots and idiots who can easily, with a little shift from what they probably expect, and before you know it, their tribal, religious, and every other stupid bigotry will be showing up. So if you see people commenting, not supporting Obi in any of Mayegun's platform, it's not because they hate him. It's not because he's an Igbo man. It's not because it's not because the Yoruba man is also running. Because on this same platform, that's exactly how we treat Tifnumbu, Atiku, and the rest of them. So it has nothing to do with you being Igbo or Yoruba, Christian or Muslim. Remember that. So don't come here because you are obedient. Yeah, I like you. You know why I like you? There's never been any time, any political time in Nigeria history that the establishment in Nigeria have really been shaken to their core with the fear of what is likely going to happen in an election that they are organizing. You know, they are the one organizing your election. They are the one doing all of this, Abi. Now, for the first time, because of all of una, the establishment is worried. That's fair enough. And I like that. Anything that is going to collapse this particular system, you're just like the enemy of my enemy, my friend. So please, please, respect this temple. Okay? We put all of them in the same basket for a reason. Okay? Please don't get it twisted. It doesn't make any of us or many of us supporters of Obi. Okay? But we are not against you per se, because you are just like their torment and their karma. So we just want to see how this goes. So don't think anybody here cares about your Igbo bigotry or your Yoruba bigotry or your every other nonsense that is going on in your head. Okay? If you disturb anybody here, what we usually do is that we kick out idiots who want to throw their tribal, religious, and every other nonsense on here. So listen to me with open mind, okay? It will do you a lot of good. Nobody cares about, on this platform per se, majority of us don't give a damn about who becomes your president. Do you understand? Even though you would like us to give a damn, but we don't. So respect that, as we respect your own freedom of tormenting them and all of that. Talking about tormenting, there's a guy that call himself table shaker, Buhari tormentor. So Buhari tormentor, decided to show to people that hey, we don't collect the bail of Dokpesi. Dokpesi is not in jail. And I think I should quickly update you on that, okay? So here, you remember this guy? Yeah, well, they said that Dokpesi is in London now with Atiku. Atiku is not sick. He's not in the hospital. Dokpesi is not in jail anymore. Everything seems to be working fine. And I think I should tell you why they have to give Atiku his flower. So Atiku got his flower. And at the same time, he got his media guru, Chief Dokpesi. So, like I said, nobody give a damn about who become your president or not. And listen, don't even dare pretend and say to us and say, hey, if you love Nigeria, anybody, who told you that we love Nigeria anymore? Have you actually come to that reality yet or not? Because there is something. Even if some of you obedient don't want to admit to that, are you with me? Your boss, Obi, recognizes the fact that a lot of people, they have mentally, psychologically, some of us have physically disengaged from Nigeria. He knows, and he knows why. So when he was at the Brekete family this morning, he actually had a message for us. So don't twist it. Oh, another thing is this: we no get electoral value. A lot of us on this platform, home and abroad, who don't believe in the charade, believe in anything there, we no get electoral value. We know the vote. So, of what advantage is it going to be to take side with anybody? But for me, codedly, I want to make you push this into the end so that this anger, this rage, what they see everywhere, it will make proper sense for the real thing that the establishment themselves are so scared of. And my job is that, okay? So don't worry. Somehow, everybody is taking the heat, by the way, at a point when the vice presidential candidate to Obi, a question was asked him, and seriously, the guy actually got emotional. Nigeria tough. Nigeria mad, gone. The job, anytime when you try to say you want to save Nigeria or you want to, whatever, any good intention you think you have about Nigeria, the first thing is that there is a way Nigeria will break you. And that's one thing I don't want to subject myself into. Rather, I will stay away and wait for the time that everybody will come to their senses and say, no, all of us, they go our separate ways. But remember this Ahmed Datti, in Papa from Mauritania. And then, long story short, it's not been a good one. But being with Obi, being with Obi, I mean, that could be forgiven. He's a Nigerian. As he be, so everybody is a Nigerian. But when you say, oh, yeah, come and define who is a Nigerian, there's no real definition of who is a Nigerian. There's nothing that actually says this is what makes you a Nigerian other than what you told yourself that make you Nigerian. All this Wahala Shah, a big man. Baba quickly added a small Jara drama. You know what I mean? Like, how could they be doing this to me? They insulted my father. Can you believe that?
However, me and my family have been paying a huge price for my attempts to save Nigeria, to rescue Nigeria. They sent all sorts of people after me. I would have been a lot happier if only they stopped at me as an individual. But, the thing that I was able to sort with the presidential and vice presidential candidate, I ended up suffering from a much lesser level. 35 years ago at least, our dad of blessed memory passed away. No one ever insulted him until I joined elections for presidency. This is not fair. No one ever insulted. It doesn't happen anywhere in the world. You don't insult people's parents or their families. It doesn't happen. It's a huge price for anyone to pay. To insult anybody.
Sorry about that. I know it's a bit emotional. Sorry about that. Let's get...
So sorry. Ahmed Datti, very sorry. There is actually something that somebody said, which I believe really got to him. Do you know who said something to him? Femi Kayode. Let me see if I still have the copy of Femi Kayode's tweet. Okay, I don't anymore. I'm sorry. I would have shared that with you right away. He said Ahmed Datti is a cow lover. Alumajiri from Mauritania, be Mauritius. I keep mixing them together and they are not in the same place anyway. You know what I'm saying? There is somebody that should be locked up in a cow's pen, and chained there, and boxed together as after that, and just sent him back to where he came from. That one is saying he want to be vice president of Nigeria. What an audacity! Let Nufani Kayode. You be like say that thing got to Datti. Which level now? On top say I won't contest election. I won't rescue Nigeria. Mr. Rescuer. Why? I say, see, I was a little boy. Since I have been hearing that, if you want to know the history of your father's father, which is your grandfather, the history of your mother, and that of our own mother, grandmother, as your grandmother was this or that in this area, and that's how he met your father, your grandfather, who was this or that, and you'll be like, on top waiting now. Waiting now. Maybe I just say I won't be. You the craze. You just say we don't know you. So that issue probably prepare more. It is even a different ball game when you finally even become that president or that vice president. Now a different level again. It will come be like, say, maybe election don't finish. Oh, my election no they finish. Finish in Nigeria. We know they agree. We know get anything in common. Let's live our different ways so that when we use language to talk, some people will say, you know that thing where you want to talk in Yoruba, you know, say everybody go be against them. In this country, you can't say that. It's not good. But in Nigeria, you can say anything. When they say, oh yeah, wait, what do you think he said? By the time somebody is going to interpret it for you, they have watered it down or they have increased it. You will never get the full meaning. Now, we have 500 languages like that in Nigeria. Where we say we don't understand ourselves. What do you think we all have? Anger, rage, and all that. We can never understand ourselves. So you better actually get prepared. But Obi has something to say in his own businessman. I will sit down with them and discuss with them. But he acknowledges why a lot of people are disconnecting with Nigeria. A lot of you that are currently trying to be reconnected with anything Nigeria right now. Some of you are doing so because of this obedient Obi movement and the whole trending stuff, Abi. After the whole election, if the thing no go Obi way, a lot of you are trying to form, advisory council everywhere. Let us, you see, to get a Yoruba nation, to get your this and that, you need to have a. Baba, I know, but do you believe what you are saying? That to have a conversation around going our separate ways, we need to pursue these criminals away first. Do you believe that? I don't. I would love to see that too. I would love to see it. But this guy had something to say this morning at Brekete Family, I think in Abuja.
Okay. Let's talk about Biafra. Biafran war ceased to exist 52 years ago. And it remains so. I'm a Nigerian. I contest as a Nigerian. I've said that those who are agitating, be it those who are agitating in southwest, in southeast, in the north, everywhere. There's agitations everywhere. Because today, because of the injustice, unfairness, marginalization, poverty, call it any name, people are bound to agitate. Even in your house, you do the same thing, people will agitate. I said I'll consult and discuss with all of them. But not in anything A new Nigeria is what I want to build, and people will be proud, and everybody will live in it. That's why I said that I'll solve the problem of the North, I'll solve the problem of the Southwest, Southeast, and every. I want Nigerians to move around with their passport, happy that they're Nigerians. We must bring back that. I've traveled all over the world. I've shown an example everywhere, and I've done it as the governor.
I will negotiate with them. I'm not going to kill them. I'm not going to shoot them. I'm not going to criminalize them. That's all I heard in that, Abi. Promises and promises that can only be fulfilled if you have the power to do so. I mean, some said that it is an empath. I mean, a government that has empathy for the people. A government that actually won't feel comfortable shooting and killing you as young as they are doing to you right now in Nigeria. But you know something? There are some of our brothers and sisters from Biafra land that will say, Mayegun owed my cup. You don't forget Akusu SARS. You don't forget, what's that one called? Oji River. The bodies of young people killed by the SARS, police, and I said, well, you wouldn't say it was the one supervising that and killing them. Say, Mayegun forget. I said, okay, fine, please, please. So obedient believe that he's never going to be brutal. He's never going to be a murderous person. There's so much they are hoping on. And I bet you, when you go out there, they are continually to prove that it is not just social media. And more reason why I think, the next few weeks, so pregnant with so much that even today, right this evening, the news says, INEC is likely going to postpone the election. I don't know if you have read that, Abi, but before that, a news came and they said Peter Obi and the Obedient are going to Delta. And you know that Delta State, the person who is the governor of Delta State, the state of James Sibori, the London returning thief, who is the godfather of the plutocracy that the people of Delta State have been bedeviled with. Their godfather and his godson, Okowa. Some of you, you pay a lot of attention to what is going on in Lagos. Godfatherism of Tifnumbu. If you go to Delta, you go fear. I never see things, but I don't want to talk about that. Okay? Ibori, who did prison, and he was choosing who was going to be governor, who was going to be senator, House of Assembly and Reps, from prison, for stealing the money of the state when he was their governor. Very powerful. The day he returned from prison, it was a glorious welcome. For those who remember Oduan, I think Oduan was governor then. Emmanuel Oduan. Yes. Then Okowa. The same Okowa. Who happened to be the Atiku's vice. When the report came and they said that, no, we don't feel we should be obedient nonsense. We don't want obedient. What about the stadium? No, we don't want them here. They can't go give them one scrapyard, abandoned scrapyard. Anyway, since they said that their movement is, organic movement. Anywhere where you give us, we go gather. So after the bracket stopped this morning, just like Bokwari and Tifnumbu were in Yola, in Adamawa State, Atifu's state. Obi and his Obedient, they were already. Now, what happened is that for the first time, they actually had their campaign in two places, Asaba and Warri, right? I got some clips, just for your view, okay? This time. And of course, their man came. And when he landed, I think it was in Asaba. Oh, yeah, I think so. First. Yeah, I think that was, I don't know, Asaba or Warri, because they had it in two places, same, one after the other, in the same state, where Okowa was supposed to be the king. Let's go to the streets.
No trumpet, nothing.
So have you all seen that every time you are on social media and you say this Obi serve is not, this Obi is not good, and you see about 30 replies. Okay, who is now good? Your papa good. This one they're supposed to use condom. If your mama use all those people will go attack you, obedient and everywhere. Now them you see there, so they are real low. If anybody is still telling you that they are just on social media or this or that, my brother, I like to tell you the truth so that you are prepared. Something is not shocking you to the point that a lot of people today are so scared to even express themselves when they talk about Obi on social media. You know why? Because the obedient that you are seeing are coming after you with different name, John Aga, and your last Stewart, and all those ones, they are real. And that's exactly as they are on social media, making sure that, as they call it, pressing the neck of the people who have made their life miserable, that they believe Obi is going to fix. So if you are typing, this Obi is going nowhere, and somebody just can say, now your papa know they go anywhere. Say, who be this Olori Bruku who just said something? You are a madman. This one are weary now. This one don't enter market now. Baba, you die. And all those people will go. These are the frustrated, angered, disappointed Nigerians. Let me respect you now. Nigerians. Somehow, who have now connected their anger, frustration. It's like when they say there's something called stress ball. Stress ball. If you don't want to break bottles, if you don't want to break people's head, if you don't want to punch anybody for face as you are angry, waiting Nigeria, they do you. I mean, Nigeria is doing you a lot right now. There's so much shege going around. You know that, Abi? Now, if you don't want to be blamed for anger, this or that, then you need something called stress ball. What you do is that stress ball is like when every time you are so angry to smash something, you hold the stress ball, you squeeze it harder, the harder you can. Squeeze it and squeeze it. You are still angry, but you are suppressing it and managing it. That's exactly what I think I am saying inside the obedience. Obedient. I may be wrong, but I have seen enough to tell me that the reasons why the man who said it is an insult for him to even mention Peter Obi's name, they are waiting crowned Kolu, who is waiting to be inaugurated as the person after Buhari. The reason why the same man who said it is an insult for me. That one where they talk statistics. Now statistics we go show up. Eventually he had to come out and mention his name. That one called Obi Stingy. All of these things are real. Forget all what these sellers are telling you on social media. So obedient movement to some of these frustrated, angry Nigerians is like the stress ball of their anger. If you no give them waiting they want, now Nigeria they go squeeze. That's my wish. I may be wrong. And of course, I am always very much ready to be wrong. I don't want to be right. Sometimes. All the time I also want to be right. That if Obi, with this level this whole thing is going, if they finally muzzle all of you out, in a typical Nigeria way, it is like taking away your stress ball. What you go do? Take a look again. I don't know, maybe this one has Asaba again. I've been a worry, it no matter. Then be obedient.
The love is massive in worry. The love is massive in worry. Obi for president. Obi for president. Life in worry. Obi. After Buhari, Peter Obi. After Buhari, Peter Obi. After Buhari, Peter Obi. After Buhari, Peter Obi. Peter Obi. Peter Obi. Now we do shots for our president. Now we come in. Worry, shock. Peter Obi. You can see the joy. You can see the love. Peter Obi. The people of Delta State, they have said yes to Peter Obi. They have said yes to the next president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? Go and pick up your PVC. Hey! Go and pick up your PVC. Obi. They can't stop us. They can't stop us now. They can't stop us. They say we have more people tweeting in the room. But look at us now. Look at we now. Look at we now. Look at we now.
Please, many of us should calm down. We should calm down.
Worry. Yes, sir. Live in worries. Worry is fully obedient. How do you feel? How do you feel?
Move to there. Stay there. After Buhari, Peter Obi.
Are you a pastor to get PVC?
Yes.
So, they are the ingredient of revolution once they squeeze Peter Obi from their hand. But it's actually fun to watch. Yeah, it is. Let's see how far they maintain that. Yeah, again, I think this is also worry.
love is massive.
President of Nigeria.
Organic support. Okay. Anyway, it was there on this short clip captured. Okay, let's have that on record too. What did he tell them when he got to see them, like everyone else? This one.
Don't listen to them. They've been here for a long time. They've not done anything for anybody. Go out and vote for me. Not vote for me and that. I assure you, I will not be the Abuja. I'll visit here as president. When I come back, you'll be proud that you voted somebody who is going to care about you. That's what we want. Go out and vote. Labor all the way. Labor all the way. Don't allow them. Stay there, vote, convince your neighbors. Tell them these people have been cheating us this. You have to stop. Labor party!
Yeah. I mean, he's coming out of his shell too. We no be umbrella. We no be broom. That's what he said. And guess what? One of the things that is also coming to light now is that could the attention and the support that Atiku got in 2019, could it have come from the association he had with Obi or something? Because here is Obi, here is Atiku, and we can tell what is going on all around there both. So some believe that when you speak to Atiku's spokesperson, they will say, Peter Obi is the reason why Tinubu is going to win. When you speak to Atiku's, when you speak to Tinubu's spokesperson, it will tell you that Peter Obi is the reason why Tinubu will win. When you speak to Atiku's person, it will tell you that Peter Obi is the reason why Atiku will win. Because, you know what I mean? It's because Obi will divide this or that. Anyway, I'll show you that video. He added this too as well when he was in Warri.
That is what we want to do. They said it. The government of Nigeria.
Yeah. But like I said, everybody has an opinion and all that about this year's charade, including myself. But when you ask Keyamo about it, or if you ask, what's that guy's name? The one for Atiku. Balabulaba. I'm sorry, I can't remember his name, but you know him. This guy.
Peter Obi is the biggest reason Asiwaju will win this election.
Peter Obi is the reason why Atiku will win the election against APC.
They play. Just they play.
They play. Just they play. Those are the obedient. So, you know what I mean? Whatever happens. Like I said, and I like it. I like the way Director Scott put it. You see, in this year 2023 election and all that, people like us, we no get any dog in this fight. We are just spectators, who are likely going to help punters to also leverage on what is expected to happen if they happen. Do you understand? So we no get, me, Mayegun, I no get any dog in this your fight. And I bet you, 80 to 90% of the people on the Temple of Truth here, we don't give a damn about what happened in your election or who becomes what, as much as you do. I mean, as much as you might think. We don't give a damn. The really damn we give it, I mean, all of this is that understanding the characters who are involved in what is going to become or whatever is going to be the outcome of the charade day by day until the D-Day. Because at the end of the day, by the way, the consequences of your decisions are not limited to you. Everyone, whether you are interested or you are not, whether you are participating or not, the consequences of their actions eventually is going to touch everybody. I mean, so that's why we are interested in a way, but not interested in who becomes what in your what have you. But my God, that doesn't make any sense now. Well, to you, it will soon make sense to you. Okay? Just give it time. Some are saying they won't have to need a gun or a bullet or a shield or anything at all except PVC. And it can't become like, say, the PVC itself don't sound like gun, especially in southern part of Nigeria, where a lot of you have now been spurred to rise and then be part of this. Show your hunger by getting PVC, they say. A lot of you have registered, and a lot of his stories have been developing, because the people you want to fight, they seems to kind of defend themselves even before the start of the fight. A lot of you are going through this right now, Abi, all over the place, mostly in southern Nigeria.
Look at what they are doing to people here in Okota. Ajomoni Senior Grammar School. People are here since 5 o'clock and they are being frustrated up to now. The INEC officials are not working. They keep people here. Look at the hundreds, thousands of people here waiting to collect their PVC. After they will say people are not collecting their PVC, but they are the one not giving the people their PVC. Look at how frustrated people are here, waiting for their PVC. Some of them are here since 5 o'clock. Some of them have been here since Monday. Nothing. They are here. The INEC officials came late, and up to now, they are giving people number. And up to now, they are not working, they are not serving. Nobody have collected his PVC up to this time as I'm talking to you. It's about 1 o'clock. Up to now, they have done nothing. Look at the crowd here waiting to collect their PVC. What is difficult in giving people their PVC? What is the problem? Because this place is Agor, and they believe it's Igbo people that is here. So that's why they don't want to give people their PVC. Can you imagine the number here? What does it take to give somebody his PVC? Is that a work? Just release somebody his PVC.
Everything in Nigeria is war. Somebody is asking, is it a war? What do you mean by is it not a war? I don't believe that if you don't struggle, if you don't suffer, if you don't sweat for something where you go take your hand, do yourself, and then a thumbprint for criminals who don't give a damn about whatever they say to you during elections anyway. So suffer. That's why people are saying, suffer, no, they tire you. They say, no, we have to work hard. We have to. I say, okay. Good luck with that. And I really wish you good luck, by the way. I'm not even like, it's not even like a joke. Because you're going to need it. You will need it. Because with the characters like this one, they know they would have to devise other means of how to curb you or cut you. But I'm rooting for you. Obedient, I'm rooting for you. Sure you get. If there is 1,000 people behind you telling you that go, you can do it. You have shown it. Although you don't need me or you don't need somebody like myself. I know they vote and I know they ask people to vote. I'm sorry. Sure you get. So which means your effort, your work, everything down now, you know what I mean? If you are looking for, if 1,000 people are supporting you saying, go for it, I am one of them. If 100 people are saying, go for it, obedient, me, I'll be one of them. If now only one person remain, we're going to say, obedient, alpha, go for it, you know, because you have your energy anyway. Because last, if you do as you want do, they can't cheat you as then they cheat you. I will be one of your fans disappointed that you are not going to act on that. I'm not trying to incite you. A lot of you are already angry. So if they now muzzle you out, do what they do, the abracadabra, what you go do? Go back to your cocoon. How about Obi? Maybe just go back to his life. Maybe not, Abi. That's why you need somebody like me that will continue to say, go, girl. If all of them be feminists, this and that, I go there, yeah, even though I know be one. I'll go there shout, go, girl. Go, girl, go, queen, go, girl. But this time around, comrade, everybody, comrade, this or that. You are now comrade against a system that you believe that you could fight within. I mean, whether I tell you, not to, or to do it or not to do it, doesn't really matter anymore. I actually want you to do it. Yeah, I want you to attempt it. I want you to rile them up more. I want to see actions in the following days. They say, frustrate them. Or no, when we were playing football, this 5-a-side back in Nigeria when I was home, right? There's something that we will always say. We say, force them to play nonsense. Force them to play nonsense. When you say force them to play nonsense, I'm asking you obedient. As you say, they press their neck, I beg no reduce them. Until the election day, until they will postpone the election, you get more angrier and angrier. And then the Iboloji, as usual, from the 3 Kardashian states in northern Nigeria. They will now come again this time around, and a lot of you will be beginning to question them. You will be surprised and say, how come 6 million from Borono? Baba, who you they ask? If you write any figure from Borono? Now, a lot of you will be interested now, Abi. And you say, how can they say Kano people 4.5 million voted for Kolu? We saw the video now. Baba, you didn't see anything. They don't write time, Tete. They don't write this whole thing, Tete. So all of these are to get you more angrier. If they realize that there is a single threat to what they have perfected, they will postpone the election. There's nothing you can do. I hope they do that. Once they postpone the election, it simply means the arrangement don't shift. They need time, more time to perfect that thing. But if you continue with your, you will force them to make more mistakes. And the more they make more mistakes, they are likely going to rile you up. The rigging will be so pure, and you'll be wondering, how come this one? I say, will you they ask how come? But they say, maybe they promise you beavers. Beavers is going to stop rigging, Baba. They play, just they play. Okay, just they play. So all of this I'm saying is not to discourage you. I'm just telling you you get. You know it. Okay, you know what I'm saying. And when this sort of thing start forming and taking shape, you will see. And another thing. A lot of people believe that there's going to be a revolt vote. They are dreaming it. Especially obedient believe that from this central Nigeria, northern Nigeria, there's going to be some revolting votes. You know what I mean? Like protest votes for them. I pray. See, every of your prayer, I pray, may God answer you. But you see that system in Nigeria, it has enough and enormous power that if you can make them make mistakes like they did during the NSAS, that they shook to their foundation until they tried the last one, the force, and it worked. Everybody disappeared on the streets. If you can make them do all of that, I go to ginger you. I go to hype you. Because when you do that, now stage 1 of the fight to free ourselves, like you say, that means you have played your part. But the fight is not finished. Nigeria is not going, there is no new Nigeria. There will never be any new Nigeria. It is going to be your Nigeria repackaged in a new way that you will find out afterward. So which means, for the first time, the establishment lost a battle, or half of it. You found yourself still in the same establishment, but with a different new narrative, a new world. That you will still have to deal with a lot of people that will tell you the reason why we want to leave Nigeria It's not because somebody is coming to come and give us a job, come and build our system, come and give us a justice. No. We will take care of ourselves as a people with an agreement, if we are still going to be part of Nigeria, an agreement that says this part of Nigeria is autonomous. They have the autonomy, which is exactly what Yoruba signed up for. A lot of people, all the regions in Nigeria signed up for that autonomy. It was taken away in 1966. So don't think it's actually a battle. It's going to be a lifetime battle. I wish you luck. And if they twist you, again, I will be here to encourage you to push on and push on. Anything that will make this system go and open up a proper one that is people-oriented, the one that people actually got involved in, not the one that criminals, crooks, that are supposed to have been hung for crimes against you, against Nigeria, but they rewarded themselves with retirement and then unfettered access to your resources. They call them the elder statesmen in Nigeria. The system protects them. I hear say Babangida don't run go Germany now. A lot of people said he may not come back alive. Well, you are not his doctor. Others are saying that he's running away for the potential thing. God knows what's going to happen, Abi. He's away from Nigeria until after the election, if there is an election. Obedient. Good evening. And thank you so much, everyone, for joining us tonight. I am going to take maybe 2-3 calls. Then I'm going to go to bed early. Okay? So I'm going to open the line, but I'm going to go make myself a cup of tea first. So if you really want to be part of this, just briefly, right? You can call the number on your screen. And it is a WhatsApp call only. Don't go call it directly. I won't be long, okay? I'll be back.
And we are competing with armed robbers and the bandits to recruit from the youths who are unemployed. 33% unemployed. Recruit 50 million youths into the army and the other thing. Take away from their recruitment source. What they will eat? Cassava, agbado, corn, in the morning, yam in the afternoon. It's growing here. You create demand and consumption. For over
Hello there.
Hi, Michael. How are you?
I am very well. How are you? Is that Ken, by the
good.
way?
Yes, sir.
Kenneth.
I am.
Sir, you are live now. This is me back.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Michael. So, it was so interesting. I kind of enjoy your show. So high today that
I mean, there's a low time, there's a high time, there's also a medium time. It's just I just try to balance the whole thing. It's sort of a mixed one. I try my best.
Your video, not just your comments, your videos are absolutely spot on. It's so spot on. In addition to your comments, yeah, and I was like, is my magician? How is he able to put this thing together?
Well,
and it's making a lot of
if I have been writing episode of my program, I would have been on 2,300 episode by now. Seriously, wow. I have over 2,000 of this topic that I've actually shared for years now. So I'm used to this, and sometimes these guys also give me the talk. They give me all the talking points. The politicians themselves. I just speak what they say, and I just expand on that because most of them we have heard many times. You know what I mean? But yeah, I get what you mean, Kenneth.
So guess what, if you recall, that's my friend that I told you that is in the APC, that is one of the sec of their local government there in Lagos. So recently I spoke to him, and he started showing some sign of I think that's my thing. I think he started showing some kind of panic that they were worried about. I don't know whether it's I think it's Peter Obi's supporters, this and that. And he was telling me, you can see that's what this labor, all these Igbo people are doing. Blah blah blah.
Trying to gaslight the Igbos, or some are trying to gaslight the Yorubas in this whole scheme. I mean, you know.
I just told him, I said, listen, I've said it before, and I'll keep saying it to you again. I don't know about others. I'm not in this your charade, this your shit show election. Whatever you guys want to do whatever you guys
do it. We are just waiting for the outcome of the whole thing before the whole hell let loose. You know?
Exactly. That as far as I'm concerned, you guys have you're having somebody representing you who is already a working cop. And unfortunately, because of what everybody's going to gain from it, you're supporting whatever you're going to support. Good luck on that. Secondly, I told him, I said, listen, I said, his own children or grandchildren, is he going to stress them to come and be doing this thing you guys are doing for him? Right? Then he comes out, he continues to lie, build on that lie. You cannot sustain that lie.
No.
Why? Because at some point, he's going to catch that lie is going to get to a point whereby it will catch up with you. That's why you can't sustain the lie. So if you guys don't continue deceiving yourself, now circling back with Peter Obi's own. Look, let me be honest with you, I got a lot of my family members here. Obedience, this and that. I'm the only one. I'm the most odd one out. I told them, I said, sing this song we've heard. I've heard this song in 2016 over and over again. That was the same song. Where is Nigeria now? Where are you guys now? The same Buhari. Look at Nigeria. Death to ratio is in the toilet. It's in the toilet. Before your forest is a joke. You are growing less than 1.something% GDP. It's a mess. And then you think when the crown prince that he has
the one that is waiting to be crowned, who believe that he's going to be crowned.
Exactly.
If you feel threatened, do you think it's just going to go back to Bodilon like that? Well, I don't think so.
I don't think so. So I told him, I said, that once that will get in, then you are doomed. That's it. You're finished. There's nothing left in there because he has already claimed Lagos State as his own. And okay, that's fine. No problem. Maybe Nigeria will package it and leave and turn it to whatever he wants to turn it to.
I mean, Kenneth, right? Even though sometimes they say you should be careful of what you wish for. Do you know that some people actually want Tinubu to be their president, right? Not because they like him, because they know, just like the work that Buhari started, the division and all of that, right? They are also very much existing within the rank and file of Tinubu's people. Sure, you get. So, which means more division, more poverty, more terrorism. And at the end of the day, maybe around that time is when these Nigerians will actually finally agree that it is better. They don't listen to any lie from anybody anymore. That maybe the shege Buhari has shown is really, really not that enough. Some people survived it. Do you understand? And therefore, they probably feel like they will survive another thing. So maybe when they realize that of Tinubu, but some said, no, don't even go there, Mayegu. This is not about what they do to people ordinarily. It is about what they do to the fabric of what Nigeria is, which is eventually going to lead to more bloodshed among people that are forced to remain together. And they are being deprived of things that actually makes them human. What do you expect? It's going to be a killing camp. And eventually it will implode. I said, but when it implodes, then that means blood will flow. I said, yes, it's going to happen. I said, oh, then I don't want it then. You know what I mean? Like, okay, I don't want that. I'll probably just want something else. Maybe because I'm so opposed to this violence, shedding, and all of, you know what I mean? So I said, okay, I'll just take my wish back. If not me, we would have wished that maybe Tinubu should be their president. Show them the final one and see if they can hold back for another 4 years or another 8 years. But some said, Mayegu, don't even try it. Don't even say it. I said, okay, fine. I'll keep it. It doesn't matter anyway.
And Mayegu, what's his name? Ahmed. Is it Ahmed? Your caller? Yes, Ahmed. In fact, I wish I was there when he was speaking all the Hausa stuff he was providing. I would not just hug him, but I'll give him a tremendous round of applause. Because he picked apart completely everything, detail by detail, blow by blow.
Really? So you understand Hausa very well too.
Oh, he ripped it apart completely. I'm not as high level
or as fluent as he is. Okay.
Yes, but I picked up some couple of things, some of the things. But he went into detail, blow by blow of everything.
That's brilliant.
And I give him tremendous commendation. It's not easy. And the last but not the least, my ego is this: is that I would, what I can just say is this, is that, like I told you the last time, I said, it's going to be a series. And you're just already laying out the series. They are presenting themselves as they are happening. You see, you notice that Peter Obi now is not coming out, and
it's coming out of the shell, right? It's beginning to throw the guys back gradually too.
Exactly. And instead, this intelligence report I'm about to give you is not something that I can't say here, because if it was the other deeper one, you and I know, I'm not going to share that.
Of course.
With you. I would rather private tap you or send you.
I know.
So the intelligence report I'm picking up from some of my people, my teams that I used to, when we were in NDA training there, was that it said that they are picking up intelligence that some of those people are already being mapped out in strategic places. In most of the places, they think they are going to be having a very rough time with. So their strategy is more or less like, to do exactly what they think might, just in case they think it's getting where they think they don't want it to go. So, but what the intelligence is that they are on the ground. As I speak to you now, they are on the ground at all the strategic places. So the only reason why you will hear anything serious going on is if they think that the trajectory of this thing is about to play itself out.
Like for example, if they see the way the whole thing is going,
they are on the ground,
and it's affecting their plan, then they might have to bring forward some of their other plans, like violence, like voters apathy, denial of voters card, organizing with, currently, Kenneth, do you know that out of 37 INEC commissioners in Nigeria, 17 of them are members of APC. Now, talking about Tinubu's supposed or reliable, their supposed dependable, places where they expect to make an upper hand, that those places are now shaking and changing. Okay. In essence, so that we have heard that too.
So,
okay?
so let them pay attention. I want us to, we the people here in the Temple of Truth, I want us to pay attention on that very day, and we'll be hearing. We'll just need to pay attention and see whether we're going to, and just like what we are suspecting and anticipating, those pockets of those information that I'm sharing now, is once they start kicking in. Once they do, I will leave that for you to finish up.
It will be in the open even before anyone knows it. Kenneth, right? Thank you so much for tonight.
Thank you, my good so much. God bless you so much.
Let's keep watching. We are interested, and then we would indeed see this to the end. Hello there.
Hello.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, my good general. I'm very happy talking to you today.
I am very happy that you came through as well. How are you, sir?
Yeah, my name is Onyeka, and I'm calling from Berlin, Germany.
Onyeka, it's a pleasure, Baba. You are live.
Yeah, I was introduced to your program through a very good friend of mine.
Right.
Yeah, he's a very advanced man who owns a very big monogram shop here in Berlin.
Wow.
Anytime I go to his shop, he always tell me about Mayegu. Even I do listen to your program there. So sometimes I start asking who is that person. He start explaining to me about your program. Because previously the only place I used to I see as my own church, the Gospel of Truth, was Nnamdi Kanu through his program.
The prophet himself, Lord, see him as one.
Yes, after his program, the problem he had and everything, I never listened to any other person but after I start listening to your program every night, I always pay close attention to your program.
Thank you so
much.
I
just want to tell you to keep the good work ahead.
I will.
A lot of our youth don't really understand what is really happening. Both the people who are shouting obedient or Atiku or Tinubu, whatever they are, they don't really understand. They are calling obedient as their savior. And sometimes I just laugh. They don't really understand how this country has been structured. It has been structured to the extent that nothing will ever work.
No.
They didn't make it for the citizens to benefit. Okay, let's assume now this obedient now, after his 8 years tenure, the way Fulani people, they are power drunk. They will grab it with every force immediately, and they start messing up their things again. It will never work. That one is certain. It will never ever work. But the reality is let's just sit and watch how the whole drama will go.
They have managed. One thing, Oyeka, they have managed to get the attention of everyone, except those who are trying to pretend. All of us, they have our attention. We can't pretend. We see things. We see everything happening. This whole thing started about 8 months ago. It wasn't something that has been in place longer time, right? And a lot of people's attention have been dragged to it, right? It's now coming to the zenith now. It's coming to the top of it. So if they came out, victorious, right? It would be a good thing to start with, because it will be the first time, right, in the history of Nigeria where in 2015, the usual was that the power brokers of PDP and others who are not in PDP, they pulled their weight all over the place to bring in Buhari, right? So we saw that. So for the first time, right, no matter what the underhand dealing that will happen, that some of us will know, but for the first time, it will be the first time that the people actually rise from nothing, right, against two powerful blocks. That usually decide, usually they will say, if you no pay you, go and join any of the party and contest for office and do whatever you want to do, Abi. Now, nobody will join them. It will be the first time in Nigeria's history where these two giant rogues will actually get defeated by the ambition and the rage of the people. That will be a record. What will happen after that is a different thing entirely.
Exactly. Now, what will happen after that is different. It's not about coming victorious, but it's what will happen after that. After that, what is going? It won't be that easy for people to be after how many? Do you know how many years Nigeria has been corrupt?
They don't want to say
that. He will not work everything in interval of 8 years. Even some people might not. Some people might even see he might even working honestly with everything, but a lot might even see him that he's not working.
Oyinka, let's tell ourselves the truth, right? There is no work from anybody coming to do for Nigeria that will change, that will fix Nigeria, other than if anybody just walk up and say,
believe me,
I am submitting, Oyinka. If anybody says, I am your president, Abi, I am now going to use this my office, right, to demand for a referendum included in that trashy 1999 constitution that will now empower people to now come together and decide on a new constitution that is them, written by them. Now, if he can do that, and there is no jihad or coup the following day or week, you now begin to believe him. But if you say you want to build road, you want to build school, I'll give you job, I'll build electricity. Baba, I don't want to break the obedience heart. I've heard that before. And the reason why none of them could build any is the reason why the Nigeria is not going to work for anybody. It is deliberate. It's not because nobody know how to build electricity now. Send a road, they know sabi build.
Sometimes, excuse me, sometimes I feel like crying. All these our leaders from A to Z, a lot of them, this is Europe. They live in Europe, America, London. They have houses there. Okay, after they see how the system here looks like. They see how the system works like. But immediately they enter Nigeria, immediately they enter Abuja or Lagos.
Or anywhere.
Or anywhere in Nigeria, they forget all those things. They see it as normal. The people supposed to live like animals. That is why
everybody should agree that whatever is happening in Nigeria is man-made. It is deliberate, not an accident, not coincidence, not the sins of anybody. It is deliberate.
You have said it all. It is a deliberate act. It's all this thing we are talking from. It doesn't mean that they don't know. If they really want to, they know the system. They know how a system is supposed to work, but it's a deliberate act. And they are doing it not to favor any citizen. They are doing it for their own selfish and devilish act. It is very unbearable. And these people are just sometimes all I'll be hearing every time people will come and I'm saying, hey, Buhari achievement on second Niger bridge. Any small road they build, they will come and commission it. Look here in Europe, London, UK. Even whether you're building road self, nobody send you. Build anything, who is sending you? It is normal. It is normal thing you have. It is normal thing you have to. It is normal thing you have to do.
Some
but
of
let
these
them
state
build
governments,
one.
even Wike, this way, Wike, he has constructed more bridges across what they call it, now swamps or vamps in River State. I'm talking about kilometers of bridges over swamps.
Yeah.
And there is no, there are ceremony, we do dance. That's where we got all the 8 tracks from anyway, when he's going to celebrate them and all that. But second Niger bridge, built by a government of Nigeria, by Buhari, even the one that is actually like the budget and the plan completely changed, cut down, is a national monument in Nigeria. My brother, bridge, national monument, a legacy that educated people today are saying the people of Eastern Nigeria should be so grateful that they gave them uncompleted bridge. Something they can build themselves. You can build any bridge you want yourselves. If you are ruling yourself, if you are in charge of your everything, and nobody has to hand you anything like a peanut every month, you can choose to build skyscrapers. You can build anything. And you can decide to build art, Hamlet, and all that. But Nigeria will make you regret. Even never, getting involved in all of this to start with. We'll get there. Oyeka. So we'll wait And the obedient, who are like gingering everyone, they should keep the tempo because a lot of us are interested in what is going to happen.
Yeah, of course. The time is just, let's watch and see what will happen. I just want to say, keep the good work ahead. You're really a man, and you're really a temple of truth. Your own is not whether Igbo, Hausa, Yoruba. You're just
there. Help anybody, bros. You know that it hasn't helped anybody.
You know they help anybody.
Me as
you know
a
they
Yoruba
help
man,
anybody.
as a Yoruba man,
you know they help
people,
anybody, brother.
You get what I mean? My people are suffering in Nigeria today, but majority of them have no idea why they are suffering. Do you know that? A lot of people don't even know why they are suffering.
They don't have the idea. They don't know.
They're just
exactly.
like, God should just come and help us and take us out of. God is not coming to help you.
God
the system is built to make you poor. Some of you don't even understand. It starts from the type of education they are giving to you. All these are to make sure that you will remain subordinate, dependent. But some people don't know. So that's why somebody like me will continue to say it has nothing to do with Yoruba, Igbo, Hausa, Fulani, and the rest of those, right? When it comes to what is really facing us and those behind them, you know, those who are supposed to keep us safe, they are the people who are currently in charge of our different regions. But guess those who are sacrificing us, the same people who are supposed to keep us safe. But people don't know. A lot of them don't know. You get, Baba? But we'll get there.
Sure.
God bless you. Thank you so much. So that's Onyeka from Germany, a first-time caller, I believe, but a long-time viewer or follower. Hello there, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir. I got your message last time, and I am so sorry that your message got lost in the shovel on that WhatsApp. But I finally got it and I responded. Did you see that, sir?
I saw it.
Did you see my response?
Concerning the donation.
For the donation.
Yeah. Yes, I saw it.
God bless you.
And
sir.
I already pledged that every month I will be making that minimum of 50 pounds to the Yoruba union cause.
God bless
by
you,
God's
sir.
grace.
And then so shall it be that it will never be for nothing. I pray. So yeah, you are alive, sir.
Amen. So help me to thank my sister, Princess. Wow. Help me to thank her specially. Later, I only saw her account number later. Unfortunately for me, I'm not able to watch your program on live most of the time. So most of the time, I have to wait to watch the follow-up. I'm only able to watch you live on Mondays. Where I don't work.
What happened? Are you like walking and like you couldn't really join us? Like, I know that you are in the US, sir, aren't you? You are in the US, Abi?
That's right.
So being in the US,
yes, I'm in the US.
Even though it is after, half 10 here in the UK now, right now on the clock, it's probably like probably about 4 or half 5.
Yes, that's 4:37 right now.
4:37. That's to 5. So yeah, I can tell.
Yes,
I'm glad you made it.
That's right.
I'm very happy.
Yeah, thank you so much. God bless them. I'm still going to send something to Princess, especially for her birthday yesterday.
Oh, okay.
So I will send something to since I now saw I can trace her account data and I will make a reference that this is for her birthday. Yes, I will do that.
Thank you very much.
Then I want to thank Ahmed and all others, especially Ahmed. Somebody suggested yesterday when I watched the program afterwards. Somebody suggested that we should have somebody like Ahmed that will be translating your messages to Hausa, so that this message will go around the whole of, especially the North. They need to know all these things so that they will be able to justify all the lies these politicians are telling them, mostly from the North. So I so much agree with that caller yesterday. So if we can do something,
Ahmed is not always available. And sometimes whenever he is even available, he's only available to watch us. So when you want to bring somebody on to always be partner with you in this aspect, right? We would like to tell him beforehand and all that. And Ahmed is listening too. But like you said, we can always improvise, okay? I would improvise and see if I will always convert Ahmed's phone call to a video call. You get that, sir? So instead of Ahmed calling in, to call in and talk, I will just have to give him a link.
That's right.
That I will just shoot in a video.
That's right.
Spend like 10 minutes, speak and do all that.
That's right.
And he can go on with what he's doing. So yeah, Ahmed, I have a contract for you, and people want you on. And we have to work something out. Yes.
And I want to thank both of you, because sometimes I feel and I discover that sometimes you already know this content before, and you yourself you try to translate it from your little knowledge of Hausa. You already make the translation, and then even Ahmed beforehand he has seen some of this program, so that when it's coming up, you already have all these things in mind. So by the time you tell him to tell us, it's already aware and it's already started translating. So that shows that Ahmed is already following you even before you ask him. So I want to appreciate Ahmed for that.
Thank you.
He's doing a very good job. I want to appreciate everybody. And I want to then one suggestion I have is this.
Yes, sir.
Concerning the program over there where all the programs Princess has.
Right.
All those places she has already been.
Yes.
Apart from we are now focusing on the children's books, exercise books, and all the educational.
Yes, sir.
Now, maybe you should also form a small committee, because everywhere we go, there should be maybe a month later a follow-up, just a follow-up, not to give this time, to follow up on all those places Princess has already touched, so that they will know that yes, it's not just they didn't just come to them once. There must always be a follow-up. It may not be by Princess herself, maybe some other follow-up group that we need to create, so that they will be following all that have been visited by Princess and others. There will be a follow-up group that will just say, okay, we just come to check on you, and then we want to with all those things we have a plan for you. We are going to do it. So it's just another follow-up one way or the other. That will also be fine. All those places that has already been visited, that is what we should do. So if that can be incorporated, that will be
one
fine.
thing I'm going to say to you, just to let you know that we are already doing something in that regard, okay? Everywhere we went, sir, we left somebody or more than one person as coordinator of what happened there. Indeed, we kept contacts. You get what I mean, sir? Some of them are even going as far as...
that is good.
Yeah, some of them are going as far as creating their own WhatsApp group for their areas. You get that, sir?
That is wonderful.
Whenever we want to come next time, we are not just going to be getting... No, we're just going to send a message that will just gather everybody. So we're already doing something in that area. And what you suggested, right, is another brilliant one. Everything is not always like, go and give them something. Sometimes they are even asking us that they want to be doing their meetings, sir. They're asking. They said,
yes, I have
start doing meetings to meet up on your programs, on your speeches, on your agenda for us. We said yes, but we'll keep in touch. We'll get back to you, give you the guideline, give you what to do and the rest. Yeah, we have something so similar, and I'm happy that we are thinking alike on that.
Thank you so much. I'm so happy. Greetings to Agbeke and the kids.
Well,
and I saw your
go on.
Last year I saw them. I watched the program when they went for was it baptism or confirmation? I think it was baptism. Yes. I said, so my ego is not. when we see Mayego on shows, we feel like it wouldn't even be subscribed to such a thing. You see, I'm the God in you.
Sir, I keep saying I am not religious, but it doesn't mean that I am one of those who would deny God. Okay, I wasn't raised that way.
That is right.
You understand, sir? I wasn't raised.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, I'm not one of those woke one. What happened is that my understanding of God is based on my own kind of belief system. So what I then believe is that if you have a belief system, right, I have to respect it.
Yeah.
It costs so much
to
build up a belief system inside yourself. But my own grouse, my own kind of disagreement is when somebody begin to now give the job that man can do to God. I disagree. That is like a extended faith, and it doesn't work that way.
That is true.
Sure, you get it. That's
I agree totally with you.
I am never against it. In fact, Agbeke loves church. He loves to go to church, and they have been working all this while to get me to church. I said, listen, I was once a born-again Christian, okay? I practice born-again Christian, right? And all I discover in the whole thing is that it all comes to your heart and mind with your God.
Right.
Sure, you get.
That's right.
So everything else is just the way you choose to show your commitment to that God. Whether you go to church, you service this or that, it is how you want to relate with that your belief, right? And I have nothing against it.
Yeah.
Do you understand? But when you begin to tell me that politicians, criminal like as they are, they need God wisdom to fix road, then I'll feel offended. When you tell me that politicians need,
really funny.
Do you get that? Like politicians need special prayer to fight insecurity. Now that is you trying to play me. I'll feel insulted. That's against your faith.
Yeah, very right.
You trying to manipulate me to tell me that what man can do, I should let God do it. No, I won't. I won't. No, I won't.
Very correct.
That's
just like me. Look at what they turn.
No, I don't. I have nothing against religion, sir. I respect it so much because I have seen it up close. It takes a lot. It takes a lot of investment, time, and commitment before people say, I believe in this thing. I know what it takes, but just don't mix it with politics. You will offend me.
That's right.
I don't care how much you know about God. At that moment, I will begin to trash your, you know what I mean, sir? But fair enough.
You are right. You are right. People have turned religion into something else.
You know what I mean?
Like when I was young, just like you.
Yes, sir.
When you say something, sometimes it's like we are relating to each other. When I was very young,
come on, I know.
There was a church. I'm a Christian, and there was a mosque close to our house. You won't believe that when I was a little boy, I would go into that mosque because I've already memorized that call, that early morning call for prayer. I will go into that mosque and make that early morning call. And nobody will complain, this boy is a Christian. What is he doing coming to call early morning prayers? Because we just relate with each other. We when it's time for Christmas, we do everything together. Until all these Buhari, Babangida, when they came, then we started.
Twist.
Do you know that when Jakonde was governor, all his commissioners, all the cabinet were all 100% Muslim. Nobody even knew.
Nobody cared. All
the commissioners, everybody was Muslim. Nobody complained, but he was doing the job. Nobody had time. It was later when people were pointing it out that, do you know that Jakonde, all the cabinet was, I said, I don't even, because they were doing very well. What Jakonde did in 4 years, all of Tinubu's 8 years plus his and those they put together, they have not done anything up to 50% of what Jakonde did in 4 years.
You know why you are right, How can you say a city that used to have its own running water in the 80s, that used to have its own working medical system, at least in the 80s, before everything started going worse, right? Now, the same state today, they have no single drinking pipe-borne water of government, but borehole. And you want to say somebody has changed the face? Come on, man. Sir, let me take another one. It's been such a pleasure.
It's okay. That is right. Thank you so much. God bless you.
Amen to that. And you too. Thank you so much. So it's all scam that people say, and once you repeat a lie again and again and again, you begin to believe it as a truth. And that's exactly what we are battling with. Ignorance of the people who should know better. But again, where would they know better when the whole information being given to them is so filtered, adulterated, and so misleading for decades? We have a lot to battle with. And a lot of them, the particular one, the biggest of them is ignorance. Yorubas are facing that today. And ignorance kills. Mr. Taiwo Oladile, you are there. Just say Baba Gio. And you go package here. It's like all package in one. Super pack. How are you, sir? Anyone about what's in mind? I said Esokwe Gio. You won't be wrong.
Oh, I'm not going to stay long.
Well, I'll believe that. When you do that. Go on, Mr. Taiwo.
No
one let duro now. I mean, Timon so come set you up. But one of the things that people don't know. Quickly, you reminded me of something before you continue, right? People don't know that, right? What is still going to happen, right? This is just the beginning. What will happen is that they know that Nigerian police are going to shoot at them. So they're going to encourage more people to go out, to rally, to protest and all of that, right? So then they will shoot and shoot again. Nobody's going to be able to defend them. We are all going to be screaming, United Nations, the whole world, come and see us. They are killing us. So, but it won't be new. Just this afternoon, they said that an inter-society organization, Mr. Taiwo, they said 460 young people were killed in eastern Nigeria by the federal government-backed jihadist and Nigerian military that are commissioned to continue to kill young people in eastern Nigeria. All they need is just an excuse. Now, what will happen is that people will go to rallies. They will be shot. A lot will happen. Then after that, some people will say they are revenging those they kill. You start seeing police stations burnt. You start seeing police vehicles and policemen attacked on the main road or in a secret secluded areas. The reason will be they are fighting back those that are killed during the protest. And I said, is this what we want in Yoruba land? Really? Some people don't have a clue what is coming. They don't have an idea. Go on, sir.
Hello, sir. See what about Bono police station? Because we need to come out. We need to come out more now, please. If they bomb the station, if they scatter the house, will we get to where we are going?
Well,
already.
Who should I ask?
The government is a terrorist sponsor, a terrorist sponsoring government, terrorist boosting government. Already, I'm a terrorist. I'm a military setup. So when they do all these things, which result are you going to get? You know why I called you, Mayego? I want to go.
Please.
Hello. Original Kuro. I will say it 2 more times. I would withdraw original. So we need to do more now. Are you with me, sir?
I am with you, sir.
We need to do more now. We need to educate people more now. We need to go out now and convince people. Now they want to mislead us. Let's tell them we can't get it this way. Everybody is temple of truth. Let us get on WhatsApp. Let us get on Instagram and start educating people in Yoruba land.
I mean,
so that these people will be in the minority.
Asking us that as Yorubas that says Ogbon Oju Agbara Lo, that you can disarm your enemy even without raising a single blade, right? If you have the strategy, if you are prepared. Do we have any right now? All the people that told them that they should come out, including Igbowo himself, they can't step into Nigeria. They know they can't. Now, anybody, whoever gets killed, it will boil down to the further injustice. More people are going to get angry. A lot of criminals are going to creep into this. They will say they are fighting for us, and they will start burning properties in Yoruba land, like what happened in Lagos today. Things like that will be the response and reaction of people. And if anybody get killed, I mean, we're all going out now. They kill one of us. We're not just going to walk away. We're going to get angry. We're going to, and then the more you do, is the more you are also giving them the license to kill. But my point is, what happens to us when we face such violence? What happened? Nothing.
General, do you know what I see? If we don't do anything now, Nigeria prepare our phone. Are these people? If Yoruba agitator, my former money, any come up with agitator. I used to, I'm a graduate in university. Most of everybody, me, I want Yoruba nation is my first choice.
Yes.
Yoruba is my second. Yoruba is my 999. Yoruba nation is my 1,000. Yoruba nation is my end. Mathematics end option. They 1 million, they 2 million. I don't have, they know me, my family, they know me, my church, they know me everywhere. I have no other. I can't be living in fraud. Do you get me, Oga?
I'm with you.
Even if we don't do anything now, if we don't do any rally now, if we don't do any debate now, Nigeria is already telling
you are coward. It doesn't mean that you are scared. It means that, in fact, they're likely going to fear you more because they have no idea what you are planning. But guess what? Even before it's done, it's already out there. I just feel sorry for Nigeria people. Honestly.
This any agitation, man. They don't need agitation again because I want the whole world to be hearing me. Nigeria is already APC Mafaka notice. PDP Mafaka. I will never don't party with one because everything is preparing us for our home. We are near home. We don't need to scatter things. The whole world, Yoruba sons and daughters. I am speaking to you through my ego. We are near home. Nigeria is already preparing the ground for us. Nigeria is leading us. PDP is leading us home. Confusion everywhere. Yes. INEC is confused. PDP is confused. FPC is confused. Military is confused. Everybody is confused. Now, the owners of Nigeria, I was told that some of them are running out of Nigeria now.
Gradually, little by little.
We don't need all these things. Everything is me only the woli like government money. Me only the woli. That government when Nigeria is no more. I keep telling people there was a country called Nigeria. There was a country called Nigeria. Capital letter and it was there was a country called Nigeria. General, I go. I want to talk to you.
Mr. Taiwo, and keep up the work, okay? I believe that we will continue to give a positive, a positive representation, something that will continue to tell people that, of course, even if there's going to be any violence or physical violence at all, it will be the last resort. It is not this way. Not this way. Go on, sir.
They need that. Come at the violence in one, come at the violence in one, or more and slow down. Everybody don't go me. At any program, if you can adopt a family in Temple of Truth. After you give for our project, if you can adopt a family, we are coming.
Adopt a family too, yeah.
You can sponsor a boy in Yoruba land. If you are rich in Temple of Truth, after you donate for general program, you want to adopt just a boy. You can do it in Temple of Truth, or you want to adopt a family. But family can Yoruba. After I've contributed to the general post, I want to sponsor one family in Yoruba land. We have it here.
I mean, Mr. Taiwo, there is a way that if we do the own work, if we do our work very well, right? The people know us and they know why they actually need to stand up for this, Yoruba sovereign nation and all that. One single message can bring out millions without anybody even have to scream or shout or threaten anybody. But again, we'll do our part and we hope that will make enough impact. So, Mr. Taiwo, thank you so much. I'll take this. So I have another caller on the line. Now our time is gradually coming to an end, but let's take this. Hello there.
Hello.
Hello, sir. Can you hear me?
Am I live?
Live and direct. And this is Mayegun. Your name?
Am I on Mayegun?
Yes, you are on Mayegun's diary. Your name?
Yeah, I'm Mike.
Did you say Isaac?
Mike.
Oh, it's Mike. Hi, Mike. Yeah. And where are you calling from? Where is this?
I'm actually in Nigeria, but
you are at home, but you are based where?
Yeah, in Turkey.
You are based in Turkey. That number looks so familiar. So, Mike, how are you?
I'm fine.
Beautiful, sir. So you are live, and everybody can hear you. So, adios.
Okay. First of all, I just want to commend you. You have no idea what you're doing. Seriously.
Well, people say that to me all the time. I mean, I actually want to see the result of all I'm doing in the people that listen, that makes that difference out there. And I hope I live long enough to see that. Yeah. Go on, Mike.
I don't know where you draw your strength, brother. I don't know where you draw your strength from. Because the things you say are the things I have in mind, but I don't know how to put it in words and communicate it with people. Because for me, I'm like, I don't understand. I don't owe anybody all this. You understand? But here you are doing the work. You understand? Okay. Now let me tell you my experience when I got back to Nigeria.
Right.
I came here to Nigeria, Murtala Mohammed Airport, Lagos. I thought I was in Kano. Everybody are Boki. This is Lagos.
I mean, it has been like that almost forever. That airport.
You know, I was born.
It's like it's been like that forever.
I was born in Kano, and I know how to speak Hausa very well, just like Ahmed.
Ahmed, okay.
You know, I have so much luggage on me, and when the customs and the NDLA tried to stop me, the only thing I just have to do is just to speak a little bit of Hausa, and they just gave me a pass, a free passage.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, what the hell? What if I'm carrying drugs?
Nobody cares.
I just need to speak Hausa to have passage in Lagos. I was like, really? Then coming out to the airport, I now saw the real Lagosians, they are Agbero, trying to hustle me. I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck is this? What the fuck? Sorry for the language.
Federal character died the day they declared Buhari winner of 2015. Died.
I'm sorry for the words, the foul words I'm using. Maegu, you know, if I came back to Nigeria, I buy fuel every week, 30,000 every week. 30,000 every week just to have life.
Wow.
30,000. I cannot go to the supermarket without my wife being on the front seat because I'm scared I will be labeled because I got tattoos on my body. I've lived outside almost all my life. You know, so when you see me, you can just profile me, whatever. So I have to have my wife sit in the front seat of my car if I'm going to get the fuel, if I'm going to the supermarket, if I'm going anywhere I'm going.
So you are seeing it firsthand now. Things you've been reading, hearing for a while. Now you are facing it face to face now. Yeah?
I cannot step out of my house without my wife going with me. If not, there is no guarantee I can come back. Like we have to go with me, so I will appear some kind of responsible. Can you imagine?
What kind of life is that? I wanted to say that, you took it out of my mouth. I wanted to say, can you imagine? Then you just took it out. But, Baba,
Now, let me tell you, I have a friend that is a surgeon. He got tattoos all over his body. But he's a surgeon.
Right?
You understand? How do you now judge me just because of the way I look? You don't even know what I do for a living just because you have a myopic mindset. That means what? Your myopic mindset should affect me because you are not learned. That means I should be what? I shouldn't move ahead with my life or something. This country,
I mean, what can we say that we haven't said? Nigeria, they say Nigeria will humble you. Like, you will sit down and just ask yourself some questions and you'll be like, man, my head is about to just explode. I can't be. What is this? Nigeria will humble you.
I came back for my dad's burial. I can't even go to the east for my dad's burial. I'm like, should I come back? They are like, let me wait. Not yet time. I should just wait because the insecurity over there is crazy. I should wait so that the Nigerian weather will blend my color. You know, so that when they see me, they will not really know that I just came back. That I'm too fresh. That I'm too fresh. You know, so I should just stay in Lagos a while so that the sun and the sweat will blend my.
At least blend your skin with you better don't do that too, because you see that your skin, I mean, I don't know, maybe you're already preparing to go back anyway, so this advice may not be useful for you anymore, okay? But you see that your skin, Now your security, in the hand of the criminal police in Nigeria, once they see you, they know, say, you know, they here. This one just come back.
Yeah.
Right? So you have some privilege. Now you go can't respect yourself. You have to respect yourself.
Down there so that I can easily, you know, if I walk into a place, you can easily tell that I don't belong here. Even no matter how I disguise myself,
that's
you can single me out. You must single me out. It's not possible that you cannot single me out and like, hey, you are disguising. You know, it's so crazy down here. I'm witnessing it.
You are witnessing it. God bless you.
I've been your fellow a fan for a very long time, but I'm just that.
Yeah, where's that? Sorry.
A very long time. I don't know if it is 2015 or something, but you know, at the time, I was just watching you. I'm like, I don't know this guy now. Let him not get me this interested. Then at the long run, he will now disappoint. You know, I was just following you and like, please, don't disappoint.
Thank you very much.
And there are a whole lot of us. There are a whole lot of people like me that follows you secretly and pray.
I think I can feel that because a lot of people are kind of responding in a way I didn't expect when we decided to introduce our programs through this our new platform, Yoruba Union and all that, right? Some of them I'm actually not really releasing to the public because I actually want to see that they exist, they are established, and they are solidified, so that when public will finally get in, when the public will finally have their eyes on us, we probably won't be what they think we are around that time anymore. You get what I mean?
More popular than you think. You are more popular than you think. See, I was born in the north. I've lived in Lagos.
Yeah.
And I'm from the east. And I've traveled to more than 10 states in Nigeria.
So far, yeah.
Everything you are talking about in Nigeria, I can give you first-hand information. But the thing is, sometimes I'll be like, I don't really owe these people all this explanation. They have the same brain. So why would I waste my time trying to explain this to them? You understand that? And here you are with your precious time.
And I will continue, my brother. I will continue. A lot of people loved it. It's a thankless job. And when people come out to say, Mayego, you are doing well, thank you. I appreciate every word you said. Mike.
You have no idea. You have no idea what you are doing. You have no idea.
Anyway,
you have no idea.
Thank you so much, Mike. I beg, stay safe in that place. So, sure you get me, and then the missus, the missus. Let me say thank you to her for at least being your own guide in this trying time. Enjoy the stay, and I wish you all the safest step back to your base, bro.
All right, bro.
Stay safe, man. All the best. Have a good one. So I am going to draw the curtains here, and then we're going to call it a night. Okay. Tonight, as usual, I have shared my view. I've taken you through some of their political happenings. All of these are just to show to you that if you need something to give you an idea, understanding of what is going on in Nigeria, the people involved, be up to date and never fall into the category of those who are going to be, are you with me? Who are going to be taken advantage of. People are vulnerable. Politicians know that. They will tell you anything. They will say anything, just everything, and they will do nothing. That's my own way of seeing them. But if you have to believe them in any way, for those of you who usually secretly or openly believe in them, I love to advise people to manage and then, manage your own expectations. Manage them all. I don't get any hearts with you break because of Nigeria anymore. And I'm trying to tell those who have had their hearts broken, who are now trying to mend back those hearts, never to give them out freely anymore. It is the season. It will soon it will soon pack up, and reality will soon set in. That is why you have to be careful of the choices you are making. Be careful of what you are wishing for. I'll see you some other time. And thank you for all the support as usual. Like the broadcast, share it, subscribe to my channel if you enjoy this, right? Because I'm going to see you some other time on any other trending topic, which in Nigeria as it is a daily occurrence. I'll see you some other time. Good night.
sójódodo.
Máyégún diary náírà number one.
Máyégún ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ará ìlú.
Máyégún diary náírà number one.
Lórí Facebook lórí YouTube.
Máyégún diary náírà number one.
Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Máyégún já wa sí.
Máyégún diary náírà number one.
Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o.
Máyégún diary náírà number one.
Bó bá ṣe eré àní Máyégún máa wí.
Máyégún diary náírà number one.
Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o.
Máyégún diary náírà number one.
Máyégún diary politico.
Máyégún diary náírà number one.
Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Máyégún.
Máyégún diary náírà number one.
Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o.
Máyégún diary náírà number one.
Àní Máyégún làwa mọ̀ tó dódòdó.
Máyégún diary náírà number one.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé. Máyégún ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Lórí Facebook.
Máyégún ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Lórí YouTube.
Máyégún ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Bí pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Bí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀. Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ̀. Oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o. Àyè.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o, ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣà ìtú wọn síta.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni.
mo fọlọ́run ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sè mọ́bẹ̀. èèpo ọ̀bọ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti dọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ bùyà àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán wò á kàmù máyé ń ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì o ẹ̀yin bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ òní fi wọ́n níran.